We're live!
We are live. Here we are, just sort of like waiting and getting things ready and all of that. You've just finished work. And yeah, here we are. So, what has everyone been up to? We're sitting in different places because I may get a call and I really need to take the call if I get a call. So, that's why it's easier for me to skip out this way. So, this week, it feels weird to sit on this side.
So I'm on this side and Kelly's on that side.
I know, it feels so weird. So, yeah, what have you been up to?
Well, I'm annoyed because Starbucks came and they messed up my order. So thank you, Starbucks.
Yeah.
So yes, not the first time that's happened. But anyway, I like to have it as we like to do our Starbucks and drinks. But there you go. What can I say? There is a difference between hot and ice drinks, but we'll leave it there.
Yes. And it wasn't our regular Starbucks actually that delivered. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do go, the Starbucks that did deliver, we do go there, but it's weird because it never comes from that one. It comes from another one that we regularly go to. So yeah, I've got Wagamama's and you've got yours.
I've got mine somewhere, yeah, down here somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll chow down that in a minute. Hello, Minnie, how are you?
Hey, Minnie. Oh, in case anybody wanted to see my Wagamama's, there it is. This is teriyaki salmon soba. So noodles and salmon.
When it said soba as well, it doesn't mean it doesn't not contain alcohol.
Yeah.
That's my little gag. There you are. So how you been, Minnie? What have you been up to? Have you been doing anything exciting? Have you enjoying the weather? Have you been out? How was it? Oh, well, Oscar, actually, how was the time with your grandmother? Did you have a good time? Because I remember last time you had to dash off and see your grandma. So I hope that was good. I hope you had good fun.
What did you get up to? What did you do?
Anything exciting? Joe, I'm going to start on my chili squid while Kelly's eating that. Because invariably this always ends up cold, so I don't like it cold. So.
Yeah. But you will eat stuff that's cold. Yeah.
Well, I prefer it warm.
Yeah, we all prefer it warm. But I'd eat it cold.
So in terms of things, we shouldn't really do this because it ends up we're not talking. But went to the mall. Minnie went to the mall. Got some books on Saturday.
Oh,
and I went back to the Harry Potter shop. Oh, did you?
Oh, wow. Did you get anything? My God.
I know you did. I know.
You're going to make me jealous, aren't you? You're going to make me totally
Minnie,
jealous.
what did you buy? On Sunday, just stayed at home and watched movies with my parents. Oh, that's nice. So what did you get? What Harry Potter shop did you go to, just out of interest? What is it, your local one in Canada?
I think it's the only shop where they are that actually gets Mini Hippie stuff.
Oh, really?
That's what she was saying the last time.
And I thought you actually ordered it from London and had it flown over to you. I didn't realise it was actually come from the shop.
No, it actually comes from the Mini Hippie, the Harry Potter shop. Order the Mini Hippie stuff and then sell it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So talking of Harry Potter, we finally uploaded part 3. So if those of you are interested, please watch the part 3. So we've done a part 1, 2, and 3 of, for those of you who haven't seen it, part 1, 2, and 3 of our experience when we went to Warner Brothers Studios tour of the Harry Potter world in North London, and well worth the watch. Have a look at it. Part 3 is obviously the final bit, so that's we had to split it into 3 parts purely because it was just such a big film.
So much footage.
We shot hours of footage actually. We were there for about 5-6 hours. I'd say.
Yeah. We were there for a long time.
And filming for most of it.
Minnie, did you watch it? And if so, what did you think of the last part? Because there are a couple of good surprises on the last part. And I just want to know, did you watch it and what did you think?
Well, anybody who watched it, did anybody watch it? And did they, have you been before? If you haven't seen the video. We've not been for a while. So we last went before lockdown occurred. So basically we last went, it must have been pre-20, I reckon about 2018 we went. And then
no, we actually you're right.
Yeah.
Oh no, or did we go in February? I have to double check because I think we might have gone very early 2019.
Are you sure?
I'll double check. I'll double check. I'm not sure.
Anyway, so as I'm eating.
Mm.
Yeah, so there are a lot of differences now to Harry Potter world, as you may or may say. I was going to get a drink of coffee. But, there are a lot of differences to Harry Potter world now, as you might see. So of course you have but when we went, you had to have your mask on. You have to the slight distance. I don't know if that has changed, but yeah.
Now
well
that
worth.
they've eased up, could very well have changed.
We will upload the platform 9 3/4 video, which is the shop in King's Cross.
Yeah.
But you'll see from part 3, I managed to film all around the gift shop right at the very end.
Yeah.
As invariably, every experience always throws you out into the gift shop.
And what would you say was your favourite part?
Gringotts Bank.
Was it?
Yeah. What are you? Oh, the forest, actually.
Yeah, the forest was amazing. I think you know what the dragon part, because in the UK we don't have we don't take advantage of certain things. So when I saw the dragon part, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really.
The dragon was really, really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I did enjoy that. Well, Minnie said I got a few things and I got earrings, but not Harry Potter related. But I got a night bus in tin that had a candy, but that had candy. But after you eat the candy, it's a coin box. I also got a Fleur de Coeur official replica hat.
Fleur de la Coeur.
Oh, and bless you. She said she saw the third part and loved it. So hopefully one day you'll be able to come to the UK and actually see
it for real.
Yeah.
But also probably by that time they would have added more stuff.
Yeah, so they have actually added a few more bits. Only a few little bits we noticed, but they have added more bits of it. But we really did like the Gringotts Bank. The dragon part. Well, I won't ruin it, but yeah, that was really, really cool. So I'm having my chili squid.
Yeah, to see, I'm not so enamored with the way that, when they do the prosthetics and all of that type of stuff. I'm not so enamored with that, but you find that sort of stuff really interesting, don't you?
Well, I do. I think a lot of it is the filmmaking. So it really fascinates me how they make these films. Like, okay, this is never a good idea, me eating one.
He's eating ebikatsu, which is the breaded prawns.
It's like coconut shrimp.
Yeah, without the coconut. So, yeah, you going back to the making of stuff, because you're very interested in how they make things and how they're filmed and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I love all the little models. So they've got all these little models on how they made these sets, all the architecture designs. It's fascinating. I just find that whole thing really interesting. They made actually the models in card, so you can actually see them in the 3D bit, and then of course you get to see it in real life, which is fantastic. But the model at the end for me, that blew me away.
Yeah.
Minnie, you would have seen that part, the model right at the very end.
Like with me, I like all the immersive stuff. So I like to feel that I'm actually immersed in the world. So things like Diagon Alley or like Gringotts Bank, like you say, the forest. So actually being immersed in the whole experience really impresses me. And when you see things that are completed or finished and you think, God, yeah, being in that world is quite nice. That's the things that I like about going to these places and everything else.
So we will try and get to a few more places as well, not necessarily Harry Potter related. I don't think there's any more places we can go. However, we will go to some of the locations that inspired the film. For those of you that are Potter fans as well, we can kill two birds with one stone, because Borough Market is also a food market, and we do want to try there at some point.
Because I've still got a food market video to upload, actually.
Have you? Which one?
Yeah, South Bank.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. We went to South Bank. I forgot. I keep thinking that's uploaded.
No. There's a few videos we haven't uploaded yet. But it bodes well for us because we're so busy at the moment. We're a little bit backed up with videos.
Yeah.
But in between our studies and the lives, so we've got studies and the lives, and Mark's working during the week, so getting out and actually filming stuff can be a little bit difficult. But we do have videos, so do you know what I mean? Don't worry, we have got videos. It's just finding time to edit them, upload them, and all of that type of stuff, really.
No, I stupidly just ate a whole chili there. So if I start to sweat it out, you'll
Do you want me to grab you some water?
No, it's okay. That's right, the bad thing. My coffee, oh no.
He's upset about his coffee. I don't know what to say.
I'm not going to lie, I am very upset about the coffee. They're messing up my order. I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll live. First world problems and all. Yeah, so other than that, oh, hang on. Minnie just said, when watching the video, I like the camera. Oh, sure, yeah. So I like the camera shot between the different photos. I thought that was a nice touch on your editing. That's Kelly's little trick. Kelly discovered that. I thought that was really good as well.
Do you know what happened though? The camera sound is, the clip sound is out of sync because while editing, I joined a couple of shots together so that it would turn the page like a book. Because in my mind, I'm thinking Harry Potter book. So I have the scenes interchanged with like a book, with like a page turning. And as I was editing, I'd done the pictures and the sound first, and then I slipped in the page turning. However, it then threw out the sync of the camera sounds, so that was a little bit annoying, but you get the gist. But on the other video, I did it on another video, and that worked really well. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it did actually. It worked really, really well. So yeah, that was one of the things. It was nice actually to go around and take the photos of the places and have a look. So we will be getting out there to do a few more. We do want to do a few more food markets. We, like Kelly said, we have done the South Bank one.
Yeah.
Which is, so those of you not familiar with London, South Bank is right on the Thames, right on the River Thames, and they have a food market there.
Right by the London Eye.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, right by the London Eye. And they have a food market there every Saturday. So we paid a visit there a few Saturdays ago and had a look at the little merchandise there. It was a bit pricey.
Yeah. I think it's during the week as well.
Oh, is it during the week?
Yeah, I think it's during the weekends, yeah.
So we will show you that as well. So if anybody's interested in the South Bank one, just be wary that it is pricey. Now, there's another YouTuber I watch occasionally, and he's very anti-food markets because he goes to one in Manchester, North England, and he shows there as well. He'll go to, like, for example, he'll go and get a curry for £7, and he'll say, look, there's a restaurant just there that does exactly the same, better quality for the same value. But you do expect that with food markets. And I found that with the South Bank one, there's a few items there were very, very expensive for what they were. I
agree, because I think food markets should be, you know, maybe £5, and then you get to go and try all the different stalls. That's how I think it should be.
You're thinking of Epcot, where you just get the little few dollars.
I'm not talking about, but you know, like, it doesn't have to be like a foot-long hot dog or anything like that.
No,
I mean, how much does a hot dog cost?
Yeah,
it doesn't cost that much.
These are expensive. I got a little burger for a lot of money. So, yeah, I don't know as well if you get those in Canada as well, Minnie, but we will with the food markets as well. They can be quite pricey. But I do want to check out the Borough one, because Borough Market is famous for its food market. So we will check out Borough, and also the architecture did inspire Harry Potter. If you're interested,
I think they have oysters there as well.
Oh, do they? I look forward to that. I love my oysters, so we will look forward to doing that. So that's going to be coming up. We're also going to be we must get back into a few more recipes, I think, when we get a chance. We've kind of ditched the recipe thing and gone. Now we can go out. We've gone out and done our little videos on Harry Potter and what have you, but we will do a few more food videos.
Yeah, I need to do some cake videos because I do need to bake a couple of cakes. So really, I should do a couple of cake videos. Yeah.
So if there's any cakes that you guys would like us to try.
Oh my God. Do you know what? I really get scared when Mark says, if there's any cakes that you lot want us to try, because I'm thinking, I don't want to try no crazy cakes.
Oh, Sahina does want us to try a few. I think she'll want us to try our brownies. So Sahina loves to cook, has been on our live a few times as well. So we will have a look. I did notice she put up a brownie recipe, and she's put up a few new extra ones as well. So I do want to try that as well.
And there's a viewer that wants you to do the cheesecake.
Oh yeah, I haven't got around to doing that. So if you are watching, I will have a stab at the cheesecake from Friends, but I need to get the ingredients in first. I don't know. I'm gonna have to, and that was what I was talking about in another live a while ago about graham crackers.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of how I'm gonna do the graham crackers. So Minnie suggested that we actually bake our own, but we will have a little look and see.
I'm thinking bake this, bake that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be any good at that, so I might have to do a cheat and get some from Amazon. But
or your brother.
Yeah, I'll get him. Yeah, but that'll take weeks to come through.
Yeah.
So I might see if that. But the trouble is, the ones in Amazon are £15.
That's why I said get your brother to
For
send
a
them.
tiny box of graham crackers. There is an American shop in central London.
There is, but
and a Canadian one as well.
Yeah, the Canadian. But I believe because it was Cyber Candy, but I think the Cyber Candy shop closed down.
Oh, did it?
But yeah, but they did sell graham crackers at the Cyber Candy store.
There must be more than one, surely.
Oh, Google. I'll have a look.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
So we will. Yeah, I will do. Oh, Minnie said, yes, Kelly, you should make a baking video. I like watching you make, watching all of your jar cakes. Minnie, we've got so many empty jars in the kitchen. Much like all your jar cakes, and so much fun watching you make them. So you should make something sometime soon. So is there a particular cake you'd like, Minnie? Set a challenge to Kelly, which Kelly hates the challenge bit. But I
get nervous. I mean, oh my God, what are they going to ask me to do?
Actually, it'd be interesting to do that actually with a cake. I probably asked you this before, but I can't remember. What is your favourite cake? If we were to ask you we're going to make a cake, what would you request we make?
Mine's Black Forest, as you know.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if you can make that in cake jars, couldn't you? Little mini
Black Forest gatto. Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely. You would just need the kirsch.
Yeah.
And I've got a jar of cherries soaked in kirsch. So ready to do a Black Forest gatto.
Yeah, I don't mind Black Forest gatto, but it's not my favourite.
What's your favourite?
Well, I will go for a more simple sponge, but I do like carrot cake. And the L&N cakes that you probably saw a sample as well from our previous video as well. They were really good. That honey cake was amazing. Coffee cake, because it tasted like coffee cake. Coffee cake is my favourite.
I couldn't taste honey in it.
No, it tasted like coffee cake, which I love coffee. Well, I did until I see how many times I can mention that today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been nice to have a coffee. But yeah, so the coffee cake is one of my favourites as well. I do like the coffee cake.
You know.
Have a sip of yours.
Yes, darling. I'm not a lover of coffee cake per se, but years ago, there was a restaurant called it's like a sandwich shop called Eat. There was a chain of them, or there is a chain of them. They do still exist, yeah. And they specialize in like soups and pies. However, so when you go for your lunch, it's one of those grab and go places, or you can sit down. They used to do cappuccino cake. Oh my life. That cappuccino cake with a cup of tea, that was so delicious. You're gonna have it with
coffee on coffee, that would be for me.
So delicious, cappuccino cake.
Minnie said, so no cake in particular I would like to see made. So if it would be your choice. Wait, yes. You should do the Black Forest gatto cake. That sounds nice, Kelly. Or carrot cake, yes, but your choice.
Yeah, carrot cake I've made before.
Oh, actually, in fact, Kelly does do a really good carrot cake. Your sister-in-law doesn't like it so much, but that's because there's too. She said, "quote unquote," there's too much going on. So
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff in there. That's what she means. So
yeah, Alicia doesn't like too many things in there, but of course it's walnuts, it's carrots, it's cream cheese, all of that, all the good stuff, ginger, all of that type of stuff in there. So
hi, Vina.
How are you? How are you? How's life up in Reading?
Yeah, exactly. Have you been to Cosmos anymore? Vina says hello, Minnie. Yeah, have you been? How are things? We just as always, off one of our favourite subjects. We just got on the discussion of food and what cake Kelly's going to make for the next video.
So I think, you know what, doing a cake jar for Black Forest gatto would be quite, not simple, but it would be quite good, that I could achieve. But to make a Black Forest gatto,
that's gonna
I don't know. Yeah,
Vina, so what's your favorite cake, Vina? Do you have a favorite cake of yours, that's something that you like? We're trying to set Kelly a challenge as to what her next cake will be.
No, I don't want to be set a challenge.
Set the challenge. Come on, we can do your favorite cake.
I'm not doing a challenge.
I know. I'm putting pressure on her while it's on the live.
No.
But yeah, just out of interest, what is your favorite cake?
You know what I love?
What?
The Wagamama's cheesecake.
Oh yeah, you do. Like like simple vanilla cake, winky face.
Oh wow.
Oh, when you say vanilla cake, we got a new person down there. It's Ray. Ray Ray.
Hey Ray Ray.
Hello Ray Ray. She goes, hi, I love all cake. So all cake. You haven't got one specific cake that you like. It's all cake.
There's got to be one cake. Well, one cake to rule them all.
One specific cake to rule them all. So when you say a simple vanilla cake, are you talking about a Victoria sponge? So it's just sponge, jam, and then more sponge, or is it just pure like a vanilla cake? So there is a cake called Tottenham cake, which is literally just a square block of sponge, and it's got vanilla icing on it. Well, not vanilla icing, pink icing on the top.
And with hundreds of thousands.
No, it doesn't have hundreds of thousands on it. It's just pure.
I've only seen two cakes, one with pink icing on and no hundreds of thousands.
That's Tottenham
and then
cake.
The other one with white icing on with hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, that's the vanilla. Tottenham cake is famous for the pink cake.
Oh, okay.
So that's the Tottenham cake.
I love apple crumble, but only if the apple is sweet. I like any crumble, which is very simple.
That's not cake. How do we get one from cake?
Do you know what? It's because it's like a dessert, isn't it?
So we've now gone on from cake to crumble, but yeah. So we're just looking at the next cake for Kelly to bake. You could do an apple cake. You could bake an apple cake.
Yeah. My family would like an apple cake.
Yeah. Because Kelly did do a really nice. Did you shoot it as well? A pineapple upside down cake. So I can't remember if you filmed it and put it on.
We had it on a live.
Oh, we did it on the live.
Yeah.
That was right. Yes. Yeah. So Kelly had actually baked the live with the pineapple upside down cake. That was a while ago. That was a long time ago. We did that. So you actually baked it and had it. We ate it here live.
Yeah.
So you would have seen, hopefully, if you saw it at the time. But that was one of the lives we did. Kelly actually made the pineapple upside down cake and we ate it.
That was the first time I'd made it though, but I have done a better job since.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a bad job the first time I made it.
And Minnie said, ooh, apple cake sounds nice. So you have that with lots of cream, ice cream, fantastic. We did have a really nice one actually in the United States. Apple cake. Yeah, I mixed it up with the strawberry cheese, the apple cheesecake actually. It was in the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
That was really good.
That would only be cheesecake in the Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake.
Yeah. I'm thinking of cake. I was mixing it up, but it almost tasted like a cake. It was quite it's quite thick actually. It's almost like a sponge on it. Ray said, any cake I don't mind, but if I had to choose, it would be a fruit cake.
Oh, really?
With good lot of alcohol. So when you say fruit, are you talking like a Christmas cake or, like
a fruit cake? Yeah.
Yeah, like a wedding cake, I suppose, as well.
Yeah. Do you know, I've got to say,
I'm having a sip of this because
I don't like fruit cake. I really don't. But
no, Kelly
my whole family love fruit cake. Well, I say the whole family. The generation born here, they don't like it, but the family that were born in Mauritius, that is a traditional cake. Everybody loves fruit cake, but the family born here, no, we don't like it.
It's quite. The thing is, I like fruit cake, but it can be quite stodgy. It's quite a dense cake.
See, our fruit cake in Mauritius is not like that. Because normally when you make it like with a Christmas pudding, the whole thing is quite stodgy, right? But with a fruit cake that we would make, it's only the raisins or the sultanas that's soaked in alcohol. So the whole cake is not stodgy.
Oh, so it's just the actual raisins that are soaked in alcohol.
But also you'll also get cherries in that as well, and you'll get almonds, which is why I do a cherry almond cake, and my mum loves it, and so does my cousin. They really, really enjoy the cherry almond cake that I do. And I think they find that similar. I don't think it tastes anything like a fruit cake, but they really, really enjoy it. So I am going to bake that soon, the cherry almond cake.
Well, funny enough, because Ray's talking about with the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
So is that the thing that gives it that kick? The other thing is what I do like is Jamaican ginger cake. And sometimes you have rum in that.
Yeah.
As well. So that Jamaican ginger cake, I don't necessarily have it with the rum, but that is really nice.
Yeah.
Soak fruit for a good few months.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what gives it the, yeah, I know that with the traditional, my mum used to do that when she used to make a traditional Christmas cake. You do put lots of booze in it, and you let that keeps for months.
Yeah, because the alcohol will preserve it.
Yeah, months and months and months that cake will keep for. But it is quite stodgy, and then you've got then marzipan on top, and then icing on top of the marzipan.
No,
that's well, that is like a traditional Christmas cake.
I don't like marzipan.
But a lot of wedding cakes are like that, with the traditional, British wedding cake, which you've got the, what do you call it, the marzipan and then the icing on top. Yeah, so that's your favourite, Ray Ray. So that would be your go-to. You would go for that fruit cake.
Yeah. Whenever we used to go for christenings or birthdays or weddings or whatever, it would always be fruitcake. And me and my cousin would always be so disappointed. And then, as time went on, people started doing Victoria sponge covered in the icing. Again, even now when you go somewhere, it's normally Victoria sponge, but I always take the icing off.
That's true. Yeah, you don't like the icing.
No.
Too sweet. And oh no, Ray Ray says that I don't like the icing either. So do you like marzipan as well, though, Ray Ray? Would you, if it had the marzipan and you have the icing as well, would you take both off? Because that's the best bit. I used to love that. As a kid, I used to take that bit off and just eat that.
There's a difference though between icing and marzipan. Although marzipan is used as an icing, I can't eat that one, but the normal icing I can eat.
I do like marzipan. I love marzipan. Yeah. I could eat blocks of it. When we went to Belgium, you can actually buy little squares of marzipan. Kelly hates it, but I love that. I could just chow that for ages. Nice. That is so good. But I know what you're saying. Icing is incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
So when you've got sweet cake with jam and then icing on top of that, that is quite a sweet feat.
But if there's frosting, as long as the frosting is not fake frosting, because you can get fake frosting. Yeah. So if it's like fresh cream, I can eat that.
Oh, so no, I never use icing or marzipan, just the fruit cake. Oh, that's interesting. You just au naturel with soaked, obviously in the drink. Yeah.
Sultanas, yeah. I mean, that would be more. If I was ever going to eat fruitcake, I would have it with. I don't like fruitcake anyway, but if I was going to ever eat it, it has to be without the icing.
So if that's the case, then would you just have that, a slice of that on its own, or do you have to have that with the drink? Would you have that with tea?
Would you have that with a nice cup of tea?
Tea, coffee as well. We are really getting into the cake bit now.
Do you know what? I really love cake and tea.
Yeah.
But my whole family, especially my cousins, they really love cake and tea. They have it every night. Cake and tea,
Yeah, cake and tea every evening.
Every evening they have it.
Now, how is everybody as well? Does everybody else have that? Would you go cake, tea, cake, tea, cake, tea? And would you have that as an evening treat, or do you just have it once in a while?
No, my family have it every night. Cake and tea.
That's the thing. And I'm quite rare. I only have cake if it's going, like if you bought one. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Well, if I made it.
Cup of tea. There you go. Ray, you and Kelly are like that.
You're talking my language.
Tea and cake.
Tea and cake. But you don't know, unless I make it, you don't really eat it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go out my way to get cakes. But then again, I don't normally. I would, if I was in a cake shop, obviously, and I would there and go for it. I would go for something like that. So, like I said, when we went to L&M, I know I will always go for mille-feuille.
Yeah, mille-feuille is your favourite.
Mille-feuille is my favourite. So anything with like a Danish pastry would be my go-to. But I do like cake as well. I do like cake.
See, I love fresh cream slice.
Yeah, you do.
But your mum would have made a lot of cakes.
Yeah, she did actually. Yeah, she did. But it would be sponge cakes. It wouldn't be something like mille-feuille.
Sponge-based.
Yeah, sponge-based cakes. But yeah, there's something about that layers of Danish pastry.
But she made things like pavlova or zabaglione.
Oh yeah. But that's we're talking about cakes, aren't we? But yeah. She would do desserts.
She would do desserts every night. Would you have dessert every day?
Oh yeah, back home. Yeah. I would live with my parents.
Wow.
Without fail, every evening after a main meal, you would have cake. Would have a dessert. So it would be a pudding we'd call it.
Yeah.
Or a cake. It would be, but I'd never do that now because I'd just be huge.
We never had that growing up in my house.
No.
We never ever had desserts. No. The only time you would have desserts is at school. But
really,
yeah, we never had like ice cream. Ice cream was a treat. So you would never have it every evening. You would never have cake every evening. Yeah, my mum didn't do things like that. So you had your meal and that was it.
Oh, Ray said they don't actually drink alcohol. I see. So you would just have it as it would only be in the cake. You wouldn't actually have it as a drink. I suppose it's one of those things. Not many people would do alcohol with cake. I don't know many people that have booze and cake, but cup of tea.
You'd be surprised.
I probably would be surprised.
Whenever you go to a party, there ain't nobody having cake and tea.
Yeah, I know, but that's
having cake and a drink.
That's not so much what you'd normally do. Well, I wouldn't anyway. But yeah, no.
Come to one of our barbecues, people are having a cake and a drink.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not having tea.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't. You know what? It's true, actually. Thinking about it, when I was at home, that's what we would do. We would have cake every day, actually, after dinner. But I would never do that now. I'd be about 40 stone if I did that now.
So you would have dessert at school.
Yeah.
Right after lunch.
Yeah.
So there would be lunch and you'd have dessert right at school.
Sort of. So when in primary school you did it as part of the meal, but then when I moved to secondary school, I didn't really do that. I'd have like a chocolate bar. Right. So you could buy chocolate bars, and I'd have that. And then in the evening, yeah, my mum. Your mum would. Yeah.
So in my.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah. But, so when I was growing up, you'd go to primary school, whatever, and you would have your dinner or your lunch. And so you'd have lunch and you'd have a dessert. When I came home, you just had dinner.
So Ray said my mum desserts would be only on Sundays.
Oh wow!
And most of the time it was jelly, a tin fruit, and carnation milk.
Oh, carnation milk!
Now Kelly is going to tell you about carnation milk. Go on, say about your carnation milk and tea.
So basically, when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and I would stay there a lot. And whenever my granddad made tea, it would always be with carnation milk. He didn't make tea with just normal milk, never. It would always be carnation milk. So if we had like tin fruit, it would always be with carnation milk. Even now, if I have apple pie or apple crumble or fruit or anything like that, it will always be with carnation milk.
But what was funny is I noticed they would always have carnation milk. Oh, it goes to focus. Carnation milk, and then have sugar with that as well. And the carnation milk's got sugar in it, so you'd even add even more sugar. So you get this really, really sweet tea. And that's the thing. I don't have any sugar in tea at all. But Kelly will have yes, I only use carnation milk as well. Ray said the same.
There you go.
So is that the same, Ray? You'd have that would just have it with your tea, carnation milk with your tea, and you wouldn't. Would you have sugar with that as well? So you'd have a nice, really sweet tea.
In my family, my family comes from Mauritius. We all have a sweet tooth. There's not one family member that I know that doesn't have a sweet tooth. However, there might be some Mauritians out there that might not have a sweet tooth, but as far as I'm aware, that you'd be hard pressed to come across a Mauritian that didn't have a sweet tooth.
They're so true. And like their family functions, cake. Yeah, everybody wants their cake and tea. Yeah. So that's a real traditional bit.
Even when we do barbecues here, there's like 3 or 4 cakes.
Yeah, we so for me, traditionally, we never had cake. Oh, Ray said the same. Yeah, carnation milk, but no sugar. So yeah, you got the sweet.
Oh no, carnation milk and sugar.
Kelly's, but they were like, they will go for carnation milk, sugar, and you're talking 2, 3, maybe 4. You do
3, 4 what?
Sugars.
I don't have 4 sugars in my tea.
2, 3, maybe 4.
No, there's never maybe a 4 ever.
All right, 3. Still, so 3 sugars and carnation
between
milk.
2 and 3, but there's never a 4.
No, but I'm talking about your whole family in general.
My dad will have tablespoons of sugar in his tea, yes, but not me. No.
Tablespoons of sugar. But I've got to say, my uncle's the same. He has great ladles of sugar in his tea. What was I going to say? Yeah, so that was the whole thing. So that was a real alien concept to me, because when my family used to do barbecues, you wouldn't do dessert with the barbecue. You would literally do burgers, sausages, all the traditional things you would normally do. But
no dessert?
No, not at all. You just do. I told you that burgers, sausages, plate. Just.
I'm shocked.
That's all you would do. No, you wouldn't do desserts, because you would just see barbecue as a savoury thing. But most people's barbecues I've been to here, well, I say here, London, UK, is mainly you would just have that burger, sausages, chicken, whatever the meats are, the savoury stuff, and that's it. But it's only, like I said, when doing to your family's barbecues, I've noticed that you all get cake at the end. I thought, oh, cake. And Kelly would say, let's get some cakes in. I think, well, why are we getting cakes in? But traditional barbecues thought.
But you know what? I don't think I've been to. I've only been to one barbecue that wasn't. In fact, two barbecues outside of my family, ever.
And they really? And did they have dessert?
One did, but the other one didn't.
Yeah, oh, so Ray said they put banana on the barbecue.
I put peaches the other day on the barbecue, didn't I?
You did. And actually, I'll tell you what's really nice. You've probably done it, Ray, is pineapple slices on the barbecue to get, but obviously rather than tins, it's much better if you got it fresh. That is so nice. Or plantain, very nice with ice cream.
I don't like bananas or plantain.
So I don't mind.
Doesn't agree with me.
I've never tried plantain actually as a sweet. I've always had it as an accompaniment with savoury. So that would be nice. Do you add rum? Oh no, you don't drink, do you? But I just wanted to. I know with some plantain you can add rum and brown sugar and let that caramelise when you're cooking it. But that's really nice with the bananas, actually, to have the brown sugar with the bananas. Because it all caramelizes together. I did a recipe, actually, it's on my YouTube videos, which is the Bis Banana Foster. So banana Foster, it's an American thing. And you just get your bananas and you add double cream, lots of brown sugar and butter. And you let all that melt. That turns into almost like not a mush, but into like a really nice sort of, how can I describe it? It's not
caramel.
Like a caramel, but it's like a banana caramel. It tastes like banoffee pie a little bit. And you add double cream into that, and then you serve that. You're supposed to serve that with ice cream, but that is so good.
I didn't even think you had it with ice cream.
No,
you had it by itself, didn't you?
I didn't have any ice cream, so I just ate the lot. But yeah, Bis Banana Foster, if you're interested. I got that from it's the Back to the Future cookbook.
So yeah, you really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really nice. It's got so much sugar in it though. When I was looking at the recipe, I thought that can't be right. It's about 2 or 3 cups of sugar. Then you got a cup of butter. You add all this to the because you didn't let that slowly melt, and then you add double cream to that.
Yeah, bananas just don't appeal.
Yeah, Kelly doesn't like bananas. Then you chop up your bananas, add that into the sauce, and then that really flavors that. It turns into a toffee, and that banana flavors that toffee. And then the idea is then you're supposed to pour that over the ice cream. Oh, Raven says, so I must go, but it's been lovely chatting.
It's been lovely chatting.
Oh, you've just subscribed. You're 47 from Birmingham. Oh, your name's Rachel. Okay, Rachel, thank you so much. It's really good. We do our lives every Tuesday and Friday at 6 p.m. UK time, but lovely to meet you. Thank you for subscribing. And please feel free to whenever join our live chats.
Yeah.
We always love to have a new subscriber. So thank you so much. Take care, Rachel.
Take care. Thank you. Bye. Rachel. Bye. Lovely chatting to you.
Yeah, so that was our Bis Banana Foster. I'm glad Rachel was talking about that actually, because that got me onto the recipes of our Bis Banana Foster.
Well, you quite like doing a lot of the cooking, don't you?
I do. Well, do you know what? I'm not very good at it, but the reason why I do it was because I can show if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
That's why I always try to do it. I'm not the greatest cook.
But neither am I.
Oh yeah, you're much better than me.
I just enjoy baking. And with regards to cooking, I can cook, but I don't really enjoy it.
Now I know Mini is a very good makes very good donuts because she said
yes. Oh yeah.
The moustached donuts.
Yeah, your donuts.
And I'd love to be able to see. I'm hoping we can convince you, Mini, one day to do your donuts as a YouTube.
Yes.
A YouTube
video. That'd be excellent. But I know you made an Easter cake this year, didn't you? I mean, you were making it for your dad, but you didn't send me any pictures, so I didn't get a chance to see it.
But yeah, with no pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah, we'd like
never any pressure.
Never any pressure, but we'd like to see that if you can do that as well, and see some more of your animation.
So, I like to see people when they bake and stuff like that. I like to see what the results are.
Yeah.
And see how were the recipes easy. If they were following one of our videos, are they easy to follow? Can you do them and all of that type of stuff? And then, I like it. I like when I hear back from people when they say, oh, we're going here or we're going there. And then they say, whether they liked it or even if they didn't like it, because I like to hear why they might not have liked it, or like what would have made it better, or anything like that. Like a couple of people, they sort of mentioned on our Inamo video, they go, "No, we're going to go to Inamo," and all, but I didn't hear back from them, so I don't know how they found it. And I was just like, oh, I wish I knew if they enjoyed it or not.
Yeah, so if you are watching, please let us know how you found Inamo. Or if anybody has done any restaurants based upon our reviews, please let us know. Be in the comments. We're always also happy to try new restaurants with your suggestion. Obviously, travel permitting, as long as we can get there.
And depending if I like the cuisine. But even, do you know what though?
We'd give it a go.
Yeah, I'd give it a
go. She won't eat bugs, but anything other anything other than that, we will give a go.
Bugs or bananas? No.
Bugs or bananas. Yeah. So, Minnie, when you get a chance, let us know how those donuts went out. The little mustachio donuts.
The moustache donuts. I love donuts, as you know.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the donut time ones. And I even the ones that we did where they all tasted the same, I still enjoyed them. I just wish they tasted different.
Yeah, that was the Father's Day one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, not the Father's Day.
I thought it was.
I thought
no, picnic.
Oh, the picnic one.
The picnic one. That was the only downside, is that they all tasted the same. Delicious, nonetheless. But that was the only thing, they all tasted the same.
So Cameron, hello.
Hello.
Watched your Wagamama. So Cameron said, watched your Wagamama video a few days ago. Guess look at what Kelly's eating now. Talking of which, before I visited, and recommendations were lovely. Oh, fantastic! Thank you. I'm glad you.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, so much so. What we tend to do when we do the lives, we always treat it like a family thing. So in other words, we treat you like family. We just eat in front of you.
We hope that you're eating with us as you're joining in.
We normally have our Starbucks customary with it, but we also like to do. Sometimes we'll do food reviews whilst we're doing our lives as well. So as you can see, Kelly's actually chowing into her Wagamamas. I actually held mine earlier on.
Yeah.
So no, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But if there's any other things you'd like us to try or review, please let us know. We will go and do a little review. We've done quite a few actually this year.
I'm doing another one on Saturday.
Oh yeah, Kelly is. Do you want to reveal it, or do you want to keep it as a surprise?
I'll tell you on Friday.
We'll do it on Friday. All things permitting, we will be going. Or you'll be going, actually. I've not been invited.
No. I'm going with my cousin.
Yeah, I'm joking. But yeah, we like to do those sort of things as well, and do various types of reviews. So we did, and also some different things as well. So, well, no, I'm just going to call yours high end, this place you're going, but it's high end-ish.
It's high end-ish, yes, where I'm going on Saturday.
Because we also done a whole range. As you see, we done Toby.
A place with a view.
A little clue. Where can a place with a view be? But also as well, I think funny enough, we do everything from like Toby Carvey breakfast up to the place.
Yeah, we do all different things. I mean, we like to do afternoon tea.
Yeah.
We go. We went to the. We haven't filmed any.
No, we haven't actually for a while. Actually, we do need to do an afternoon tea, because all the afternoon teas we've done, we've not filmed. So we will do another one as well. I will try and book one in central London at some point. Not everybody's cup of tea, pardon the pun, but something new.
I mean, we do all different price ranges. We never go like sky high, like, hundreds of pounds or something like that. We're not those types of people. But not saying that we couldn't become those types of people, but we're not those types of people. But we do stuff on a little bit of the expensive side, and then stuff on the cheaper side.
Yeah.
Stuff midway that people can get to. I like to try to do chains.
Oh, Cameron, thank you so much for joining us. Lovely for you to come in. Yeah, have a fantastic evening too. Enjoy.
Take care.
Have a great evening. Bye. What was I going to say? Yeah, no. That's what we like to do, like you say, do the sort of various ranges as well. I like it when people come in and go.
Yeah, nice they just pop in and they say hi.
That's what we like to do. We just keep going and going. So when you guys feel you want to come in and join or watch the whole thing, we love all that as well. That you can come in and say a little hello, bye, watched your video. Which is all good. And we did say to Mini as well, we would go and do the maple leaf at some point.
Yes,
we do want
definitely.
It won't be this weekend, unfortunately, because I think we've got various things on. You've got your we will do obviously the restaurant you are talking about this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. And then what will probably happen is we will do the maple leaf. We'll try and get it done this month.
We'll try, but
I'm curious. I have never tried poutine before, so I'm really interested in trying that. I have never tried it.
Love it.
So we will try. I will try poutine at the Maple Leaf, and we will see. There's only I saw that there's only 2 Canadian restaurants in the UK that I could see on Google, which is one in the Maple Leaf in London. And there's one in Bournemouth. There probably is another one, but might not be official. So we will try that Canadian one as well.
Yeah.
And we'll have to try a few more actually as well. So we did our dishoom for Indian food, but I do want to try a few more of those.
We could try French, and we can try.
I know. Sorry, I should say it's not that I dislike French food. I just think of this. I won't name it, but there's one restaurant we always take to, and I just think
that's the one we're going to.
Oh, the portion size is so small.
The thing is with Mark, he wants large portions, and this is the UK, right? You're not going to get large portions in the UK.
So in comes this little thing like this, and they go, "Hey, there's your main. That's £42, please, sir." I'm more hungry when I've eaten that than I'm going in. I'm sitting there like this, and I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I want to leave this restaurant to get something else to eat.
But the thing is, you also have to come to the understanding that this is the UK.
No, I know, but I am a bit of a Philistine. I do get that. I do get that. I am not the and the good thing is, I think with our reviews, I cover the market for big quantities and
for large quantities.
For large quantities and so something that's going to fill you up, but you're satisfied with the food. Kelly's going to cater for those of you that like quality, yeah, and more meanable portions.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, with you and your family, you come from that thing, hearty food, lots of food.
Yeah.
You know, the traditional Britain is cold, that stodgy type, food like I don't know. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking sponges and crumbles, and Queen puddings.
Yeah, that's right. But not just that though. I think for me and my family, we're very much value for money.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I want to be able to go somewhere that I'm going to feel not necessarily stuffed, but going to feel that you've had a nice food, that you've paid for it, and what you've got is good value for money, and you've enjoyed it. You can come out of there just saying, "Yeah, that was a nice meal. I'm full. I've enjoyed it. Not the necessarily stuffed, overtly stuffed, but you've enjoyed it." Where I get annoyed is when we go somewhere and I am hungry and this tiny portion comes out. I've eaten, I'm still hungry, and I pay 50, 60 plus pounds for that privilege, and I need to go out and eat something else.
Yeah, because you're not coming from a quality point of view.
Well, no, that's not necessarily. I think you can do both. So I don't know how you guys feel. Do you go for?
But if the food is rich, you could have lots of the rich food.
No, that's true. But I don't. To be honest with you, for me personally, I don't like lots of rich food. You took me to. I won't name it. You took me to one restaurant in central London, near one of your former workplaces, and the food was so rich. I remember I ordered the fish. Now I'm expecting fish, as in fish. This thing came out. It was like a fish finger. It was like that.
Well, you can say which restaurant it was.
So what was it?
John
Trorose. John Trorose.
It's at Smith of Smithfield.
Smith of Smithfield. So it came in this little tiny piece of fish like this on a bed of peas, and it was obviously it was like it was coated in butter. So it'd been fried in butter, cooked in butter. Very, very rich. I was just gone.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there then for about another half hour, just waiting to go so I can get something else.
But also, because you also eat with your eyes, so where you saw that it was a small portion, that already put your back up.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah, well, it would do.
that you saw it was a small portion.
I
but
think the cost of it, but I just thought it's not worth what I paid for it.
Whereas I had the belly pork on a bed of mash with a lovely jus, as they call it, which is gravy, just not a thick gravy like a
pretentious
jus.
gravy.
Yeah, and that was delicious. It was so good. But again, my appetite, believe it or not, is much smaller than Mark's. Mark's appetite is huge.
Yeah, I do eat a lot of food.
Really. But you cannot eat, like if we were going to Carvery or something like that, you would pile your plate high as the first setting.
Yes, of course.
And then you'd go back and have some more. However, you're not going to get normal restaurants that do that.
No, but I think as well I don't mind. Look, I'm not expecting mountains of food, but I want something where I feel full. I mean, I've got to be honest. When this thimble feel like this came out, I felt cheated. I thought I've paid all this money. It's not even a whole fish. I thought for that thing, I want at least a fish. But
you also have to take into consideration that, like, when you go out to eat, there are several things you have to take into consideration. You take into consideration the area.
True.
It's owned by a well-known chef. So the quality is going to be on point and that type of thing. It's not going to be, a Carvery style restaurant of mashed potatoes and all the lovely stodgy food that you would have grown up on, like mashed potato or roast potatoes and peas and and don't get me wrong, I love that food as well. I just can't eat a lot of it. So for me, when I go out, the portion sizes for me are okay. It's very, very rare that I've been to a restaurant and then not been satisfied with the portion sizes, as in I'm hungry when I leave. It's very rare.
Yeah, but you've got a smaller appetite.
Yeah, I do.
Over to you guys. What do you prefer? So if you're going to a restaurant, do you have a set thing? Do you go for the portion size? Would you go for the quality of food on the two ends of the spectrum? Or do you want somewhere in the middle? So when I say quality, you don't mind it being, if it's absolutely amazing quality, you don't mind it being absolutely minuscule portions.
Not mini. We've never been where it's minuscule portions.
Yeah.
It's only minuscule portions in your point of view.
This is
darling,
true. Not,
right?
It's
not minuscule portions, right? It's not what I would call normal size portions that everybody should be eating. So you go to a restaurant and it may look small to you, but that is a normal portion size that as humans that we probably should be eating. Not a mounded plate of God knows what, or a 15-inch size pizza, right? Which is what you like, darling. You like a 15.
Well, like I said, so what would people go for there? Are they going to go for the quantity, the quality, or the price? Or do you want something that transcends all of it as well? Just out of interest, what would you guys prefer?
Do you know what, though? I feel in this country, it'd be very difficult to get all three.
Well, in London, yes.
Yeah.
In London, yes.
Now, London, yeah.
It's a shame Mark's not on as well, because Mark will be telling us really decent places that we could eat.
Yeah.
Near where he lives for good quality value.
But also, I feel like abroad, you do get better quality anyway with regards to price.
Well, it depends. When you say abroad, that's a big area. That's a big thing. So,
well, the places that we've been to.
Yeah, true. So, Mini, in Canada, what is the sort of portion size to food ratio like there? When you go out for something, would you go and you order a portion size? I suppose it's difficult for you to compare, but I suppose comparing from like the time you've been to Florida, United States, and the times you've been to the UK, and anywhere else you've been, how have you found that comparison? Do you find the portions bigger? So like Kelly said, for example, I find that the UK portions, again, is a bit of a generalization, but it will be smaller than the US. Did you find it smaller than Canada when you went, or could you not remember?
No, because we never went to all-you-can-eat restaurants. To me, the portion sizes would be the same as like there was a Chinese. It wasn't a Chinese restaurant, but it was a restaurant similar to Wagamama's that I went to, and the portion sizes were just the same. But I wouldn't, because the portion size is a portion size, I wouldn't notice because my appetite is small.
Yeah.
Only somebody with a large appetite would know the difference.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. So Minnie said it's pretty good. They give a good amount. So it is a good portion size. Yeah, and I've got to say, actually, that's a bit of a generalization because here in the UK, it really does depend on where you eat. So if you've seen from our videos as well, we've gone to places where, like say, Toby, which gives you can have pretty much as you want, to somewhere like the place you want to take me, which is, there you go, sir, enjoy.
No, but also Mark is very limited. He limits his palate as well. So like with you won't I'll say get a few sides. Mark will like, no.
I don't. The thing is, well, this is what annoys me. The sides that come with it. What irritates me is it's 20-something quid for the main, and then I've got to pay £5 for each side. No, I'm not doing it.
It's £20 for a 3-course meal.
I'm having this now. It's upset me.
£3 for a 3-course set meal, which to me is very good. And then if you just want a 2-course meal, it's £17, I think it is. Now, to me, although the portion sizes are small, £17 to pay for a 2-course meal or £20 to pay for a 3-course meal is very, very reasonable, especially in the UK.
Yeah, but you see the portion size. When you see the portion sizes,
it's only but what you have to understand, if you're going to order, like I will order steak and frites. Now my steak is not that big. My steak is an okay size, but Mark will order fish. Now fish is exactly. Fish will be very small. You're not going to get a whole. Do you know what I mean? Oysters on the side. It's not going to be the Ned. And like I say, you have to pay for the Ned, right? The Ned is not cheap. Yeah.
Done.
What I'm saying is the Ned is not cheap, right?
No, that's true. But I anyway.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Ned is not cheap. So what is it? £75 for the Ned?
Yes, it is expensive.
Yeah.
I think there are bits in between.
Yeah, there are. I mean, I don't think you could. The thing is with seafood, wherever you go, seafood is expensive. It's expensive.
Well, now you say that, but Mark was saying when he was on how cheap it was for him to have his fish and chips and things.
I'm talking about seafood, darling. Fish and chips, okay.
Well, no, also as well, didn't he? Wasn't it very good value where he went for his seafood? I'm sure he said that was really good value.
I'll have to ask him.
We'll ask him.
I'll ask him. But as far as I'm aware, Mark decided to go to a restaurant on his birthday.
Not me, Mark.
No, you, Mark.
Oh, me.
Yeah, we went to a restaurant on your birthday.
Oh yeah, that was
restaurant.
Yeah, that's
and that
true.
That
was really expensive.
And like, I don't really complain about prices, right? But that price.
It was expensive.
Was extortionate for what we had.
Yeah, it was.
It was extortionate, and that was your choice.
That was my choice.
That was your choice
that
to
was
go.
My choice.
And the food, like the food was nice. Don't get me wrong. There was nothing wrong with the food. But when I talk about quality and quantity and things like that, there are times when I'll say, no. That's all kinds of wrong. And that place was all kinds of wrong. It wasn't small sizes, but it was so expensive.
Yeah, it was really expensive.
It was so expensive.
My fault as well, because I went in there and I just fancied. I thought because it's my birthday.
We've been there before and you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think we've been a couple of times.
I would go to the place again further down the road. Actually.
Yeah, the one that I chose. Yeah.
That is better.
And we do order from them, and you have your fish, and you really enjoy it. You get your mash and all that, and you really enjoy that one.
Hey Tom, how are you doing?
Hey Tom, how are you?
All good with us, thank you. How are you? How's life in Cardiff? I was going to say life in Cardiff. How is the weather there? It has been overcast here for the past week. It's just rained. So we haven't had a good weather at all the last week or so. So I don't know how things are there. How are you getting on? All good? Funny enough, we were just talking about, just before you joined us, we were just talking about eating out and what do people like. Do they go for portion size? Do they go for value for money? Or do they go for higher end stuff?
Yeah.
So somebody likes to go for higher end stuff.
No, I like to go for quality. It can be lower end, it can be in the middle, it can be high end, but I will always go for quality. But you like to go for quantity.
Oh no. Tom said he's isolating.
I know.
Oh God, I hope you're okay.
Oh.
Tom went for value. Good man. Good man. That's what I like to see. Good man. you know what? I'm just the same with me. So I was just telling you as well. So Kelly took me to a restaurant. I won't mention it because but she took me to a restaurant and the fish dish came out and it's like this. Oh, you only got minor symptoms. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay in there, and hopefully it'll just pass. Yeah. So minor portions like this. Stab, eat, done.
I don't know because we went to a restaurant like that for your birthday that you chose. So
yeah.
And then you were mad. He was all kinds of mad after we left that restaurant.
Oh,
he chose
for the price. I know exactly. Well, I won't go there again. It's just one of those things. You live and learn. You live and learn. You live and learn.
The thing is, I feel like, and this is going to be true now of a lot of restaurants, that they will not give as larger portions at the moment because they've been closed for so long.
Yeah.
They will need to make revenue back and things like that. So I don't know what the restaurant scene is going to be like.
Well, actually, I noticed actually down the high road near where we live as well. There's quite a few restaurants that was closed. The Prezzo's closed down.
Oh yeah.
There's a few others that are closed down as well. So I think it has affected the high street.
It definitely has.
But you've got quite a buzzing high street, haven't you, in Cardiff?
You were saying that you've got the food, like really good food places down there.
Yeah.
Like really good cuisines and stuff. And like he was saying that there's a wait list for restaurants to open up. There's just so many.
Actually, we were watching Bake Off the Professional, and there was one chef as well. He had a pastry chef. I'm sure it was in Cardiff. You know, the one that came, the guys that came second, the French guy.
What they? I can't remember what
I've forgotten the names were called, but I think he had 3 restaurants. He had to scale it back to 1, but he's still functioning.
Yeah, I know.
It's a patisserie, basically, not a restaurant, I should say. But yeah. Because I remember saying you got quite a buzzing restaurant trade there in Cardiff. So we'll have to, at some point, we'll have to do a little review on that. A food review going there.
Go to Cardiff and
do that.
Check out some of those restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, because we were saying just earlier, actually, before you joined in, we're trying to do a few more food reviews in and around London. We want to do some of the food markets. So we have done one, we just haven't got around to uploading, which is on South Bank, which is right on the River Thames. They have a food market there, but we do want to do some of the more famous ones. Where Borough Market is one of the famous, so we will get to do Borough Market.
I know that Tom likes a lot of Italian, but is that your favorite? Is Italian your favorite cuisine? And Mini, what's your favorite? And whoever else, what's your favorite cuisine? What's your favorite cuisine?
Oh, that's a tough one, actually. I kind of like a eclectic mix. I mean, one of my favorite things is pizza, so I would have to say probably by that rationale Italian.
But you don't like you don't eat a lot of pasta.
No, I don't eat a lot of pasta as well. So that's
unless I cook it, then you'll eat it.
But I'm not a big fan of that. For me, it's
order it.
Pizza.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. But I wouldn't necessarily then go for the pasta dishes. So I wouldn't go for cuisine per se. I would go for individual dishes.
Yeah. So your favorite dishes is pizza.
Yours is Chinese.
Yeah, my favorite cuisine would be Chinese, but my family are from Mauritius, so I've said this before. There's a fusion in Mauritius with Chinese cuisine. So if it wasn't Chinese, it's a hard one.
It's a difficult one, really, because if you think of, and I've noticed that actually as I've got older, my taste buds change.
Yeah.
Now I used to love Chinese as a kid, but I rarely eat it now.
You used to love Indian as well.
No, I still do.
Yeah.
I still do like Indian food. But yeah, I think it's one of those things. I've noticed that as I've got older, my sort of taste buds on things change, and the cuisines I like have changed.
I don't know what other cuisine I would like. I mean, I do like a lot of Italian dishes. I like a lot of Vietnamese dishes. I like a lot of Japanese dishes. I love sushi.
Yeah, I should find that's one thing I've got into as I got older is
I love sushi.
We found actually it's a little trip. What was the name of the sushi place we went to in King's Cross? Where we got the takeaway from? Is it Just Eat? Not Just Eat. What's the chain called? No, not Yo.
Oh, Wasabi.
Wasabi. So there's a chain called Wasabi, and actually, fact, we noticed that if you go there towards the end, they will actually reduce the cost of your sushi, so you can get it half price. So a little tip for you, if you are there towards when they're closing, I don't know if he did that just for us or
no, in general, a lot of sushi places
they do that
because they can't carry it to the next day.
Oh, Vima. So she goes, I like Italian and mine. Brackets Indian. Oh, bless it. No, we do like Indian food actually. When we did you actually, in fact, you inspired us because we hadn't gone to. You were telling us to go for some Indian cuisine. We hadn't gone for ages, and that's what made us go for Dishoom. We thought we must go and do a restaurant, Indian restaurant review.
For you and was it Sparks as well?
Sparks,
for you and
Sparks, yeah.
And then we went to Dishoom, and I've got to say, a lot of the dishes were really, really tasty.
Yeah, they were really good, but because we're not experts on Indian cuisine, so that was actually not Bengali. What was it? It was
Bangladesh.
No, it wasn't Bangladeshi. It was where was it? For Bombay. So it was from the Bombay region. So that was Dishoom.
I'm just thinking, was it from the Bombay region?
Yeah, it was from Bombay. I'm pretty sure it's from Bombay.
It was based on street food.
Yeah, so it was that region there, but we'd like to explore different regions as well before we try something else as well. I would really like to try different regional foods. So there is a restaurant near us. It does Gurkhanese?
No.
Nepalese, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I've had Nepalese curry before, and that was really tasty. Well, it wasn't Nepalese. Well, yeah, they called it a Nepalese curry. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, it's Nepalese because it's Gurkha, isn't it? So it's Nepalese.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the dish that I
Gurkhanese,
had. The dish that I had. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. I'm just trying to think. Was it a Nepalese curry? Because it was rice. It was rice with seafood and different meats in there.
Oh wow, Bombay street food. It's really tasty. Do you know what was great as well? They did a black dal, and that was one of my favorite bits as well. Now I wasn't sure I would like this, but it was just called black dal. So I ordered that. Never ever had it before, and it came in, and of course, like as well, it had like it was really hearty. Really, wasn't it? It was like a really sort of thick dal. Really good, and we had that with naan bread as well.
Naan bread, yeah, garlic naan bread.
Yeah, the Bombay one as well was I don't know if this was a regional thing. I just noticed, but their naans were really thin, almost crispy.
Yeah.
They were sort of like the traditional ones that we have around here from the Indian takeaways that we have here are quite thick. They're very sort of bready and
fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah, but these ones were just very thin. So when you had that garlic naan, and
you scoop it up.
Yeah, and you scoop it up as well. That was delicious. I'll tell you what I also had, which was amazing. I just ordered it on a whim. Was paneer. So they had big cubes of paneer, and they put it almost like in a layer. But in between each block of paneer, they'd actually had grilled pineapple. So they grilled the paneer and they grilled the pineapple, and they had that all together. So you had that paneer and pineapple.
But you said you had to have it with the pineapple because it tasted too plain on its own.
Yeah, so the paneer on its own was okay, but it was much better enhanced with the pineapple.
So it enhanced the flavour. For me, I've got to say the lamb samosas, or even now, the lamb samosas were on point. Yeah, they were on point.
Kelly was saying they were the best lamb samosas you've ever had.
Yeah. Well, they're not the best samosas I've ever had. They're close because the best samosas I've ever had is my granddad's samosas. And when he used to do some, oh my life!
But the best restaurant ones, though.
They're probably the second, maybe third. Best tasting. No, they're the best tasting restaurant ones I've ever had.
That's what I said.
Best tasting restaurant ones I've ever had. Yeah. Were those lamb samosas. I've never gone to a restaurant and tasted lamb samosas like that. No.
So Dishoom, that was the one we went to, King's Cross. That was the one that the original Dishoom that opened apparently, and they've got all other. Vima said my husband likes lamb samosas too. That's Kelly.
I love samosas. In Mauritius we have what we call gajaks, which is a lot of snacks, and my favourite snacks are samosas and gâteau brinzel, which is like a fried aubergine fritter. And those are my two favorites. But you also have pain frire, you have gâteau pima, you have gâteau patate. So like with the gâteau pima, it's like I think it's like split peas. But for me, it's a little bit dry. But my family love it. But it's very hot. It's very spicy. and then you have the pain frit again, which is bread and it's fried as a fritter, and that is also delicious, and the same that they do with potatoes. But yeah, I love all the snacks, all the street food snacks. I'm all about the snacks.
Well, funny enough, actually, talking of Indian street food, when we went to the O2, next try Faluda. It's dessert. Okay. Is that the name of a restaurant? It's actually just a dish.
Next try Faluda. It's a dessert. I'll have
it's a dessert. Sorry, I didn't read that last bit.
Yeah, it's a dessert. Because we have a drink called Aluda. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have a look.
I'll have a look for that as well.
I'll have a little Google. Because I think the Mauritian Day, I wonder if the Mauritian Day was cancelled or did it go ahead?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. That's in North London.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that, Bima, actually. Is there any restaurant that you would recommend? It's dessert name. Okay.
Right.
Have I pronounced that properly? Faluda. I probably actually butchered the name, so apologies as well.
No, I think that looks like how you put it, Faluda.
But we will try that, actually. Funny enough, the Dishoom didn't have that many desserts. They had a few.
They had a few, but I think they had drinks like dessert type drinks.
Yeah, so they had lassi and they had ice, what they call, like an ice lolly. Is it coffee? I forget how you pronounce it. And
they did have coffee, yeah.
And they had
I'm sure they had rum baba or something like that.
They had rice pudding.
The one that
gulab jamun, yeah, which is nice.
They had that.
And also as well rice pudding. So rice pudding, but it'll have it with cinnamon and a few other spices as well. I think they had cardamom in it. But yeah, they had that. But I would like to try something different as well. Now, the best naan bread I ever had was at Masala Zone.
Yeah, but Masala Zone. Now, if you're talking about price and value and all of that, Masala Zone's so expensive, and they don't like you filming in there. I was watching a YouTuber, and they said someone was standing over them and everything when they were trying to film in there. Yeah, they didn't like it, but it was really expensive. But that is the best. Peshwari naan bread I've had.
Faluda is Pakistani, right? Okay, that's interesting. All right, we'll I've got, funny enough, I've got a colleague who's Pakistani, so I will ask them about Faluda. I will ask Pakistani descent, so I will ask them about Faluda. That's interesting as well. Yeah, so if you've got any more recommendations for us to try, please let us know, because we would like to try another one. We're not experts, and we tend to sort of wander around and go, "Oh, that looks nice. We'll try that."
Yeah, we'll try that. But I do research before I go, I do. I'll say that when you mentioned Indian restaurant, that was me. I researched it that day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I researched it that night.
That's why
that's why we ended up in Dishoom. Yeah.
That's how we ended up in Dishoom.
I researched it that night. But I'm just trying to think. Because sometimes things are opening up, then they're closing back down, then they're opening up, and then they're closing back down. So you never know where you are with these things.
Sorry, I was going back to what I was saying. So if you look at our O2 video, you'll see there was an Indian street food place there. They actually had a little van they had inside the O2, which was selling. It just said Indian street food on the side there as well. So Mina said, yeah, she will let us know. So that was one. We didn't get to sample it though, but I would like to go back there and try the food.
Yeah, I'd like to take my mum as well. And we go to a restaurant there.
Yeah, at the O2. There's some really good food outlets there. So we will give that a try. Have you found a little place that you like in Reading? Is there anywhere that you've got now a favourite that's a go-to?
Like, I had make a note, it's Faluda. I will make a note. Definitely.
We've got that as well.
I have some colleagues, former colleagues, and I can't remember what region they came from actually, my Asian colleagues, but they used to go to a restaurant because they never really went to Indian restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Because they could cook at home.
Yeah,
so it was very rare that they went to Asian restaurant. But they said there was a specific one. I can't remember which one now, but there was a specific one that he used to go to, but it was only there. But of course, you're not going to go out and eat food that you can cook yourself. It's only if there were certain dishes that maybe you couldn't cook.
That's true.
Like if we were going to go to a Russian restaurant, like I would go to a Russian restaurant because I don't cook Mauritian food per se. I'll do the gajaks maybe, which is the snacks, but I don't cook really Mauritian food. So I would go to a Mauritian restaurant and order whatever it is that I fancy.
They're
to
all
order.
in North London.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Because oh, hang on. Yes, we get it. We get it here. Charwala, is that right?
Yeah. There was we did have a restaurant called Charwala, but I think doesn't that stand for something? Isn't it?
Oh, we even said the chai was amazing. Try it.
Right. Do you know what? We do have chai. We do have some chai, but it's not traditional chai, because I love chai tea lattes, right? Which is the Starbucks version or the prep version of a chai latte. So not traditional proper chai. But a friend of mine, I say friend, former friend in former workplace. She doesn't work there anymore, but she used to get chai leaves when her mum used to come over from India, would bring her chai leaves, and she always said to me, "Oh, I will make you one," and she never did. Shilpa, if you're watching, but yeah, I would like to try it one day. I think.
Oh, I did have a go. If you watch the video, it's tea. Yeah, I had a go at making bantha chai, which is the Star Wars version of it. If you'll see from the videos as well. But that I've got to say, it wasn't. I had to put arrowroot in it, but it made it very. It was almost like custard, so it wasn't.
It was far too thick. I didn't enjoy it.
Was it? Hyderabad. We call it chai. Okay. I do like chai actually. Funny enough, years ago I had a Asian flatmate of mine, and obviously he's from Pakistani descent, and he used to make chai himself.
Oh right.
So he would just get a pan, boil water in that, put tea bags in there, and put loads of cardamom in with it as well, and then he'd filter all that out and drink that. And that's what he would call his version of chai.
That might be his version. That's not really chai.
No, that's his version of chai.
But his version, yeah.
Yes, you like. I will get it for you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, bless you.
So we will try that as well. And I would like to try more Indian desserts anyway, because whenever we go, we're so full we don't get round to eating.
Yeah, but also, do you know what it is? There aren't that many that appeal to me.
Oh, I don't know. Ras Malai is amazing.
Because I tell you what, in my former work, my colleagues there, they would celebrate Diwali. And then I got to try quite a few, but I haven't. They would bring samosas and things like that. I love this, and me and samosas. I love samosas. And they brought it was sweets, and the sweets, they had like a silver top on them, and they were in a diamond shape. Now I've seen them in gold and I've seen them in silver in a diamond shape. I prefer the gold one, but they had the silver one. The silver one was quite nice, but I preferred the gold one. And then there was another one, and I'm sure it had nuts in it. And that one was quite nice as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, friends of mine have bought in sweets as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know the name, so I've just eaten them all. God, that's nice, but I can't remember what it was.
There was one that I really didn't like though. It was it's almost like an orange, and it almost like a spiral.
Oh, I like that one. That's the one I like.
Yeah,
it's really sweet.
Yeah,
I
don't
love
like that one. Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. It's lovely.
Yeah, see, we've got different tastes. Yeah.
It's almost like deep fat fried, and it's really sticky.
Yes, that's the one.
I don't know what it's called, but that was really nice. I've been eating loads of it.
No, there's an ingredient in it
it's orange. It's really
very
orange. So it's like
vibrant.
A lattice. Yeah, like a lattice shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was delicious. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really nice thing. So yeah, if any more ideas, we will try and do another. It's called diamond shaped sweet. Yeah, that's the one.
Kaju barfi.
Okay.
Kaju barfi. Diamond shaped sweets. Yeah, they're the diamond shapes. I really enjoy those ones. And there was another one that I really liked as well. But I can't remember what it was. I'll have to ask him. I'll have to ask them. I'll be seeing them at some point, I'm sure, or speaking to them at some point. So I'll have to ask him.
So when you're next in London, Vima, we'll definitely try the Dishoom. I think you'd like that one as well. It's nice. It's nice, and it's a really nice restaurant. Minnie said, I just noticed it's always alternating days live when we talk about food and Harry Potter. Sorry, just thought I'll point that.
Do you know what? It's true. What?
Sorry, Minnie, we keep going on to the same subject. You're probably I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah, they just talk about food.
Harry Potter.
Do you know what? I did have something that I wanted to show. Let me just.
Where are you going?
Just
so,
here.
all right, I'll keep them entertained while you're going. You're gonna. Where you? Oh, okay, so Kenny's gone off to get something else. Yeah, we are doing that as well. Sorry, Minnie. I think we will come up with some more subject lines as well. But that's.
I think because a lot of people are interested in food and restaurants.
I don't know if you can hear Kelly, but yeah, Kelly's just saying that I think there's a lot of people are interested in food and restaurants. But we always go back to the Harry Potter bits because we've done quite a few videos recently on there. And do you know what I did? I did drink all of those butter beers. They were so good. So I went to the Harry Potter shop and got the video. Minnie said, no, it's okay. I just noticed that and find it funny. I do have a wider conversation range, I promise you, than the ones I've got now. But
no, we really don't.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. We just talk about Starbucks and food. And so I bought some books. And the last time when we spoke, I spoke about these books. And I was meant to take a picture and send it to you. But as we are on, sorry. So these are the books. These are the Raymond E. Feast books. And I read The Magician and I really enjoyed it. But it was many years later before he wrote the next sort of like the sequel to it. So I really, really, really love that. Evelyn, I forgot to drink the butterbeer.
Oh no.
Hey, Eve, by the way.
Hello. And by the way, you can actually get it in the Harry Potter shop in King's Cross. So I actually got some more butterbeer. I will buy some more. And next time you come down, I will actually, I'll share one with you.
I don't know if you'll like it because I don't know if it'll be your type of thing. But
you can try it.
Definitely you should try it. Now, the other book is by Trudy Canavan. Now, I've read this before, but I bought it because I wanted to read it again. And this is The Magician's Apprentice. And I really, really, really loved her writing and this series. But then there's another three that she's done. And I really want to read the other sets. But I'm going to start off again because I know I would have forgotten a lot of the story. But yeah, if you're interested, I do recommend this book. So there you go.
Oh, Minnie. So just very quickly, Vima asked, sorry to ask you because I don't know, what do you guys actually do job-wise? So I work in data analytics. Kelly is currently studying at the moment.
I'm studying at the moment, but normally my normal role would be a receptionist.
There we are. Receptionist. And Minnie said, oh, cool. Send me a photo when you can of them. When you mention them, they sounded like a good story. So when you can, send me an email with photos of the books, please, Kelly.
Yes. I sent you an email a few days ago, but I'm not sure if you've read the email that I sent. But I'll send you another one with these books. And if I think of any more that I think you may like, I'll put them in the email as well. Because I think there are a few books that you probably will like. The Belgariads, I think that was in all that was like 10 books, and that was good. So you had the first 5 was based somewhere, and then the second 5 was based somewhere else. But I think you would really like. I think you would really like it. They kept me really entertained. I like fantasy books that are based in like villages and things like that, back in that sort of era. I'm not really fond of, other than Harry Potter, I'm not really fond of the modern day type, magic or fantasy books. I like them when they're set back and an old man walks into a village and nobody knows who he is and he's a stranger and things like that. I love that type of storytelling. Yeah. So, you don't have the modern gadgets of a mobile phone and, all the stuff that we have today, microwaves, mobile phones, TV, all the distractions that you have nowadays. So I like when it's set back in simpler times. You can't just telephone someone and say, watch out, da, 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 and all of this. So that's the sort of thing that I like. Yeah.
There you are. So what's everybody else's type of fiction or do people not like the fiction? Do you prefer more non-fiction? or is there a certain writer? I know we've talked about Harry Potter a lot, but we just wonder if there's any other book recommendations anybody else has.
Yeah, I mean, what type of themes are you into?
Well, do you know what? I really went through for the old classics. I do. One of my favorite books ever, and I don't know why, but I've always loved it, is Clockwork Orange. I've always enjoyed that as well. It's quite a difficult read because everything's written in code. Well, code. It's slang of the time. So he's made up his own slang all the way through. So hang on. So Minnie just said she's checked. I didn't get an email.
Oh,
so
I'll
resend you another one.
Yeah, I'll resend it.
We'll resend you another one.
I think because I was talking about your first video in it, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, because I can't comment on your videos. So I sent you an email to say congratulations and things like that. So I don't know if you got it. I'll resend it. I was just trying to think what the email was, but then but I got a little orange notification to say that you hadn't read it or something like that. So I will resend it in case you didn't get it. So I am or was an avid book reader. And I love reading books, but I find that I get easily distracted, and that a lot of things are on my mind. So it's very difficult for me to spend now long periods of time reading books. They say when I got, because I had COVID, as you all know, because I've mentioned it before. So I had COVID earlier last year, and they call it now. Do they call it foggy brain or something like that?
Yeah, they do say it can. It's one of the long-term effects of it can be that. They believe, they don't know fully extensively. But...
Yeah. So like I find it very difficult now to sort of concentrate on something in the sense of sitting down and reading a book per se. And I get like, you might say something and then I'll go off on a tangent and this and all that and this. So yeah.
I've always been like that anyway, pre-COVID or post-COVID. So so Vima said I couldn't find Minnie's channel. Minnie, what was the channel name? So we will actually link it in our
I actually linked Minnie's video in our previous live. So in the live, because she did a really good video, because Minnie did a really good video on her Harry Potter haul that she got. And I've linked it into the live. So if you go to the previous live, which is Tuesday's live or Friday's live,
we can link it again in this one.
Yeah, I'll link it again in this one, but it will be, because sometimes I forget to do it right there and then after the video, after we've ended. So it might be like a day or two later, but I did edit the other one, not edit the video per se, but just edited the spiel at the beginning that introduces the video. So if you go to our previous videos, you'll see in the description. So just click on it and it should take you to Minnie's channel.
There you go. And and it really worth watching. Minnie's got 2 fantastic videos on there. I really recommend looking at both of them, but I did really like the lightsaber one.
I really liked the Harry Potter.
Oh, that was good as well. I'm not going to say a lie.
Because I want everything that she had.
Yeah, just by the way, I've got this fantastic necklace here with the wand on it as well, just to tempt you. Penny was so jealous. And the book as well.
I must have that. I must have it.
So the book as well, Minnie, she was really jealous with the book.
Yeah, I loved the book. And I was just, because when Mark said to me, oh yeah, because you really liked the book as well, and I was thinking, what book are you talking about? But yeah, and like if you watch in our Minalima video, I actually video a book similar.
Yeah, that's right.
I open it, because they had an Alice in Wonderland one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the one I opened, the Alice in Wonderland one. So I definitely we need to go back to Minalima.
Yeah, I think we have to go back.
Yeah, or order it online, but I think I want to go back. I think.
There you go. So Venus asked, what do you guys suggest for students who come to the UK for undergraduate? So when you say what do you suggest, are you talking about reading material, Vina, or are you talking about what to study?
What type of undergraduate? What do they study?
Yeah, what do they study? So what is it reading material you're thinking, or what type of thing to study?
Are you talking about job-wise? Are you talking about work experience? Are you talking about...
because we're planning to get my nephew for September intake. Okay. So you're thinking...
But what does he like? I mean, what are his chosen subjects, or what were his chosen subjects?
And also, I suppose it depends what they want to do for your nephew wants to do for a career.
Yeah.
Because that will really determine the best thing to study.
Yeah.
Very much so. So I did an English degree when I did mine as well. So there's a lot of reading in that. It's a good all-round degree to have because it means you can apply it to other things. But you might want to. Suggestions are welcome from Mini too. So are you talking about reading material or just what to study?
Yeah.
Because I think that will have a big bearing on what it is. So I think in terms of reading material, oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? What time to read? I suppose again, it depends on what we want to study.
And but also because I think when you choose something to study, it has to be something that you're interested in and that you have a love for.
Vima says that she talk about study. So what to study?
But what does your nephew enjoy? What subjects do they enjoy? Because I think that's the big thing of it, isn't it? Because a lot of my generation fell into whatever it was that to do, and now I would encourage them to follow whatever it is that they enjoy or want to do. So, and I think it's difficult for a lot of parents because a lot of parents think practically.
I was going to say, and he's into games, right? Okay, so I was going to say, I was just thinking in my head, one really good thing I'd recommend to study, and again, it's up to whether or not he likes it, is computing technology. So anything related to computers, it really sets you up for a very good career. So coding,
Yes.
Anything connected with coding. That type of area, so SQL, Python, anything like that.
So are we talking about, sorry to interrupt you. Are we talking about games as in gaming? Or are we talking about games as in outdoor games?
I'm
assuming gaming.
I was assuming gaming. That's why
I'm assuming gaming as you are. But then I just had a thought. Do you mean games as in outdoor games, or do you mean games as in computer?
Vima said my husband suggested him for computer science. That's exactly what I was just saying.
Yeah.
That's what I would get. The reason being is, well, it's such a sought after skill.
Yeah.
The other thing, I don't know if you knew, but there was a report saying in the UK there's a real shortage of people with computing, coding, that type of elements. There's a real shortage. So what we're again, when I do this advice, of course, it depends on what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to advise him to do something he hated.
Yeah.
But you want to do something that you enjoy.
I just wanted to say, I do know someone who actually took computer science, and they did JavaScript, and she didn't like JavaScript at all. So you really have to find out because IT is so broad. Like with me, I would have said, oh, you should do graphics, because when you do IT graphics, you're then involved in the graphic design of said games. But then you have to think about, is it that he wants to create the game? Does he want to do the graphics of the game?
Well, a lot of it's done on coding, so that's why coding is so important.
Yeah.
And if you can do coding, it opens up so many doors for you. But again, really depends on what he wants to do. Like I said, there's nothing worse than doing a subject you hate, because you just won't finish it.
Yeah.
Because you've really got to have an interest in it. So you may even find out that he wants to do something more generic, like, I don't know, maths or English or something along that, or even history. But I think, like I said, if he wants to go into that computing thing, like your husband says, computing science is a very, very handy skill to have.
Yeah.
It's well sought after, and you can pretty much go into the market on a pretty good salary.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always, but it really sort of depends on that. So depending on how you do.
Yeah, he definitely has to. You kind of will have to ask him what avenue, because he will. The thing is, he will kind of know what he wants to do. What he will want is the support to do whatever it is that he wants to do within gaming. So it's the support that is the most important thing. He'll want to know that people support.
Well, the other thing is as well, like animation, like Mini's doing. So Mini could probably recommend you on animation.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Python is a commanding coding wise. Yeah, funny enough, because I'm going to start trying to learn Python. But yeah, it's a handy thing to have. But like I said, Mini might be able to advise you on the animation. Mini's really good on animation, so she'll be able to give you some good advice on that.
And it's best because she's probably of the same or near enough the same age group, and probably is a bit more, will be coming from a more hands-on type. Do you know what I mean? So I think Mini probably would be able to recommend a couple of things that she probably herself has looked into. We didn't take that avenue really. I mean, you do a lot with IT, don't
now,
you?
But I'm a lot older now, so so I do find it harder to study as you get older. Not impossible, but one thing my dad always said to me when I was young was always try and get your studies done early as much and get that out of the way then before you go into the working things. You always end up retraining, but it's one handy thing to have done when you're younger.
And I also think that throughout life maybe is a thing of you should go back every now and again just to dip your toes in the water with regards to studying. I mean, I did every now and again. I went back to studying. We did the acting thing and all of that type of stuff. And so every now and again I would dip my toe in, because your mind, when you study, your mind is in a it's like in a different capacity. And then when you go to work, you pretty much do the same thing every day, almost, like in most jobs. Whether you're designing something, you're always going to design something or whatever. But when you're at school, you're studying 9 subjects, different subjects. And so your mind is more capable, but you've still got the process to actually learn.
I was going to say, sorry, Minnie said it's different between animation and gaming animation. So for games, I have no idea, but I get all of my animation things from my school, and all my animation opportunities come from my school. So honestly, I really don't know, other than getting information from schools and also asking many opportunities that are given. So yeah, that's good advice, actually. If you look at research into what types of animation, if you did want to go into that development, which schools would cater to that. Beamer said, "Yep, noted." There you are. Thank you, Minnie. There you are. That's really good. That's good advice. But yeah, I think your husband's right onto something, Beamer. I think computer science, computer coding will be a really good thing for your nephew to do if he's interested in that.
And that's the thing, if he's interested, because like I said, I know a girl who did computer science but didn't enjoy the JavaScript. To me, JavaScript and things like that is above my head, and I feel like whatever you choose in life, you have to have a passion for, and do it to the best of your ability. So yeah, I'm sure he's gonna investigate and research. It's just that I think the most important thing is support. I think if I had support with regards to the acting stuff and things that I wanted to do, I think I would have been a lot more confident and maybe further ahead doing doing that field. But when you feel like you're not, that my parents didn't disapprove or anything like that, I just think they thought, well, what are the chances really? And they just wanted me to not rely solely on acting and things like that. So
Minnie said, yeah, just research schools and look into the different opportunities given, and whatever is offered, about asking, take the chance and take give an opportunity. That's my advice. And also practice any chance you get with your skills. Do you know, that's very, very good advice, actually, because I think one of the things, even when you learn it, you've got to put it into practice. Otherwise, you will forget it. Any new skills I learn, try and implement them on the regular.
But also while you're young, taking every single opportunity that is available to you.
True, I never did that when I was young. I avoided it because I think, oh no, that's more work. But it's good to just take that opportunity.
It's good when they always say youth is wasted on the young. Because as you get older, you look back and you just think, why didn't I take that opportunity? Well, I should have taken that opportunity. Because unbeknownst to you, a lot of the time as well, doors open up for you, or these opportunities arrive for you, and you don't notice that they're opportunities at the time, or you have a childish notion or a tenacity that sort of, oh, I don't need to do that, I'm going to do that later, or I've got plenty of time to do that, and things like that. And when you're young, that's the time. I say that to my nephews all the time. Take all the opportunities that you can, because life, I tell you, gets in the way at some point. But now is the time.
We never know. Your nephew might want to do drama or something. Like so, you never know what he's into. But yeah, I'll be interested to see. Actually, we'll keep in touch and then let us know how that goes. And September's not that far away.
Yeah. And I always say that.
I want to have a little more sip. Sorry.
Oh. And I always say that, you know, things like there are college programs, and you know, college programs that I never took advantage of, where you could travel, so you could go and work in, you know, there were college programs that you could go and work in Disney. Let's say Disney run all these college programs, and you can from whatever country you're in then go and work, you know, in America. And I never ever knew that. Had I known that, or had somebody been able to tell me that, I would have probably gone and exploited those opportunities, you know, and sort of look back on it and go, oh my God, those were the best year. That was the best year I had working at Disney, or that was the best year I had working at blah, blah, blah. And I don't think that there is enough information available, or that kid, you know, we used to get this careers sort of thing, and like a careers advisor that would come to your school, whatever, and you'd say, oh yeah, I want to be an actress. Well, yeah, that's not realistic though. So give me something a bit more realistic. And you think to yourself, how do you know it's not realistic?
Well, they're always going to try and talk you out of that type of thing.
Yeah.
Minnie said, oh, goodness, school starts up again soon. Thanks for reminding me, Mark. Yeah, September. Do you know what? I know what you said, but enjoy the summer. Make sure you enjoy the summer before you go back.
What we've got left.
Yeah, exactly. Vina said, applied for Oxford Group of College and Greenwich College and Coventry College. Okay, good ones.
Yeah.
Good as well.
Yeah.
I'll be fascinated. Actually, in fact, Greenwich is not a million miles away from us. So,
no, it's not a million miles away. I mean, we go to the, like,
that's where the O2 is.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a way, but nothing too far that we can't get to Greenwich. But yeah, we enjoy that. Oh, I know that there's Ravensbourne College there. Oh yeah, and university. Oh God, yeah.
University of Greenwich. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. My cousin just graduated, got his masters. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, oh yeah, Greenwich University. But yeah, that's right in the middle. I'm thinking of Ravensbourne College, which is near the O2. But yeah, of course, Greenwich University. Somebody applied there and they didn't end up going, and I can't remember who it was.
Ravensbourne College, not to be confused with Ravenclaw College.
Yeah.
Not to go confused.
Ravenclaw's the house, darling.
Yeah, I know.
The Ravenclaw house.
So yeah, best of luck, good luck, and let us know how that goes.
Yeah, let us know how it
we'll
gets
keep
on.
in contact.
Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. I love hearing about young people, because I think there's so many opportunities that I didn't take and wish I had.
Look who's joined us. It's Sparks. Hello.
Hey, Sparks. How are you?
How are you, Sparks? You good? How is it there? 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m.? I'm joking.
Some crazy times, Sparks. Some crazy times.
Lovely to see you here, though.
Lovely.
You okay? How are you? You good?
I love the fact that you join us at the early hours of the morning.
Oh, I know. It's brilliant. We're really, really good. And we were talking about you earlier, actually. We were talking about what motivated us to go to Dishoom. So you and Vima motivated us to go. So we were just talking about you in a good way.
In a good way.
As always.
And getting back to young people and taking opportunities, because I didn't take the opportunities that maybe were available, but people didn't explain what was available to me at the time. I don't know how it was in your school,
here.
But they didn't really sort of enlighten us and say, oh, by the way, there's this opportunity. But also, you didn't have the internet. So it wasn't like, oh yeah, you know, you got this opportunity, you got that opportunity. Let me Google and find out where is the nearest this or where is the nearest that, and all of that type of thing. So I really, really strongly advise now all young people, take your opportunities when you get them, and make mistakes if you need to, but take the not too bad the mistakes that you can't come back from, but make the little mistakes. And take every opportunity, honestly.
No. So Spark said, today has been a bit crazy. One of my students might have gotten COVID.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's Tom was just on, actually, to say he's isolating because of COVID.
Oh, no.
So I'm sorry to hear that as well. So I hope you're okay. Be safe. Look after yourself. Yeah. So you've been it's been a bit manic for you today.
Oh,
Dear.
Does that mean your whole class now has to self-isolate?
Yeah. What's the rules in Singapore now?
Yeah.
Are you having to self-isolate, or they just waiting to get tested?
Do you do Zoom online? I know that one of my nephews, he used to have classes online, but because their attention span is so, it's not obviously the same as when you're actually in a school. They would only give them half an hour sort of school time online.
Yeah,
and they would have the half an hour that they would do their work and stuff like that. But yeah, I was talking to some classmates today, and I just said, how difficult it is for young people during this time, because especially that, like, the really younger ones, the ones who are in, primary school. I don't know what you call them in Canada, but we call primary school. So you have nursery, which would be kindergarten, and then the one above kindergarten when you go to the school.
Spark said he's been under quarantine for the past week, so the rest of the kids are still okay. Thankfully. Oh, that's good as well.
Good.
What do you actually teach, Sparks? What do you, if you do, what do you teach?
What do you teach? Yes.
That'd be interesting, actually, because that might help Vima as well.
And Vima, I didn't even ask, what do you do for a living, actually?
Oh, we didn't. Sorry, apologies.
Sorry,
yeah.
You didn't ask what you do for a living. And yeah,
Oh, you do GCSEs. Oh, okay.
Mm.
God, that's going back a bit for GCSEs.
God. And that I feel that those sorts of ages are quite difficult to teach, actually. That's the rambunctious age, I would call. You get up to mischief and all of that type of stuff. Those types of ages.
Oh, so Sparks teaches English and English literature and social studies.
Wow. Okay.
Good one to have. I did my degree in English, actually. So yeah, that's a good one to have. Very universal. Or I like to call it, when I did it as well, dinner parties degree, because you can talk about it in dinner parties.
Oh, really?
Well, all the novels you have to read. Mima says, I'm an IT employee, my husband too. Oh, wow. Okay. You're perfect for teaching your nephew. Absolutely perfect.
What does your son want to do, by the way?
Well, he's too young.
How old is your son?
He's very young, isn't he? I was just going to say as
well. I thought he was primary school age.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That is young.
Yeah, but like, you kind of have an idea, sort of around those ages. Well, I did. I wanted to be an actress.
I want to be a professional footballer. So that was it. Yeah, at that age, definitely. My husband's a senior data engineer. Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it makes me feel a bit.
Doing his fine.
Yeah, feel a bit lower there. So, well, I'm nothing at that level.
And I'm just learning.
And you're development ops engineer. Wow, that's impressive.
Wow. Okay.
That is impressive.
I don't know anything about IT. So.
I shall be very nice to them, because I might be asking her for a job one day.
Yes. She may ask you for that job. That job.
Yeah, exactly. If you need someone to do lives, we'll be able to do that for you. Oh, wow. So you've been both of you, all of you, really, really busy, I'd imagine, right now.
So is it like a family thing then? Like my cousin, the family thing is accounts. So they're all in accounts. So is it like your family thing where you're all in IT? Is that something that you guys do? Like, I've got a couple of friends, and like, all their thing is IT. Their son's now beginning in IT, and all of these went to Bloomberg and all of that type of stuff. I was really, his dad was so proud, and I was like, and I was saying to him, oh, good on you, good on your son, working at Bloomberg. That's quite a thing to put on your CV.
No worries, happy to help. We're only rested, but yeah, that's a good thing. So, Sparks, what kind of things do you teach in English literature? Are you doing like the classics like Shakespeare? So, for example, this is going back years now, when I was doing mine as well, but you had to do Shakespeare, and then you had to do critical cultural theory as well. So you have to do like Sigmund Freud and stuff like that. Spark said, my older sister and fourth sister are in film and writing for film. My third sister is a civil engineer, and my fifth sister. How many sisters have you got? My fifth sister is in events management. Well, before COVID happened. Oh wow! So there's five 5 girls.
Wow, I just imagine the arguing that must have gone
5
on
girls.
in that household.
Oh my word. And which one are you, Sparks? Are you younger, oldest, middle? Oh, Vina is my mother.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, 5 of us girls and 1 little brother. Oh dear.
Oh my word.
Is the brother the youngest?
And is he the one that's spoiled? They always say that if it's one boy and a load of girls. So
oh, I'm second. Okay, so you're not too bad.
Yeah.
So you're with your older sister bossing everyone around. Then I take it. She likes your videos. Oh, bless her.
You.
Thank you.
I was gonna say. So you what did you want to be when you wanted to grow up, or when you do grow up? Yes, he's youngest. He's only 14. So he's the youngest and the only boy. So is he spoiled? Because you tend to find that the youngest is normally.
So Vima, I'm 10 years old. Oh, so we're talking to the son.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
See.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yes. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm interested to see this as well. So when I was your age, I wanted to be a professional footballer. That was what I really wanted to do. But I've stayed fit. Just it may still happen, and I've stayed fit.
Yes, you have. He does his bike.
I do my bike. I stayed fit. My age will not count towards a professional footballism. But yeah, interested. Yes, you wanted water.
Yes, please.
What was I going to say? And wow, I can't get over how many. There's 5 girls, and so six of you. 6. That's a big family.
That's a big family. But do you know what? Even with all the amount of arguing and stuff like that, I bet it's lovely when you all get around the dinner table and you've all got so much to talk about and all of that type of stuff.
You want to be a SWAT? Wow. So when you're saying SWAT, do you mean study hard, or do you mean actually being SWAT like in police?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, police, but yeah.
Sorry, I missed your question earlier. When you were asking what kind of literature I studied in school. Oh yeah, I was just out of interest what you study there as well, because I'm just thinking when I did my degree, what you teach there. Are you doing the classics? Do you do Shakespeare? Because that is quite complicated. And I'm just out of interest what you do for your study parts. What is on the curriculum now? Just purely out of interest, what's on the curriculum. I'm always fascinated actually to hear that as well, especially when your nephews tell me what they study as well. So just to see how it evolves, or if it's exactly the same. So yeah, was it SWAT as in police, or are you swatting? Well, actually, about swatting is SWOT, but it might be the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, police officer. Oh wow.
Okay. Good for you.
Excellent. That's armed police as well.
I know.
So you've got the guns.
Yeah.
So you'll actually go into high hostage situations. So if ever there was a terrorist situation or a hostage situation, you would be the first one they would call. You'll be the one surrounding the buildings.
So it's safe to say you don't want to do IT.
Yeah. So it sounds to me though you like high adventure, something high action, high adventure. Yeah, as well, because you're the sort of person that will be protecting us.
Yeah.
When something goes wrong as well, so it'll be like
you're the one I'm going to call then.
Yeah, exactly. But no, you would get the hardest jobs.
Yeah.
You would get all the dangerous situations.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how your mum would see about that.
Yes, that I don't know.
But you would be the high level, so you'd be the ones that everybody would call. That would be interesting actually to see you do as well. I could see that, like you say, you're there, ready, protecting, ready to go.
Ready to go.
With a protection bit. So yeah, Sparks, just interested in what you were doing in your study bits.
Yeah, what's on the curriculum? I can't even remember half the books that I read.
I do. Yeah. I remember.
Oh, the only one that I remember reading actually is Tom's Midnight Garden, a GCSE level. Yeah.
Yes, I will be the person from SWAT. Yeah, exactly. We had to do the basics, the ancient stuff, Beowulf, okay, Chaucer, etc., all the way up until Shakespeare. Then afterwards, we would be choosing what we were more interested in pursuing. All right, just out of interest, that is interesting, actually. No, you don't want to do IT.
So no, I don't like IT.
I can imagine that actually. I think I'd imagine you would be wanting to do something that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not saying IT is not cool, because I do IT. But,
parts of IT can be cool.
But I'm thinking about something. But he wants something to more action.
Yeah, he wants to be out. You don't sound like somebody who wants to be stuck at a desk.
No,
you sound like somebody that wants to be out.
So I could picture you like the Indiana Jones type. Always in front of a computer laptop. Yeah, don't want to be doing that.
Yeah,
you want to be out in the action.
Yeah,
almost like a Ben 10 type character.
Oh God, yeah, Ben 10. Oh, my nephews used to love Ben 10.
Yeah, a bit like Ben 10 or something like that. So you'll be out in the action. You want to be out in the action doing something. Yeah, that sounds pretty good as well.
That sounds pretty crazy.
But would you be happy handling a gun? Do you think you'll be all right handling that as well?
And what do your parents? Have you told your parents even?
Well, if they don't know, they do now.
Yeah, when they watch the video back, they'll know.
So yeah, they'll be able to see. But that's all right. That's cool. We can keep that. But I can imagine doing that as well, because it's quite tricky actually, firearms.
Yeah. But also a lot of studying, and also a lot of physical work. Because there'll be a lot of physical work involved.
How to chase down a perpetrator, how to what entry points to go in as well. That's what specialist forces use. So like when you do break into a building as well, you're checking all your entry points.
Yeah.
Clearing all the rooms.
Make sure you're not letting your gun go off, willy nilly.
Yeah, well, that's standard. But
but you know what I mean. Like sometimes you can be shocked and things like that. So in high pressured situations, how to stay calm in high pressured situations and things like that. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, but storming buildings, that type of thing. Wow. So that's it. So you want that high action, high adrenaline job. That is quite interesting, actually. I imagine you get a lot of satisfaction out of that, doing that as well. Yeah.
And practicing arms every day. They were saying that. I was watching the documentary actually on the SAS and they were saying that as well. Like, police officers get to fire a few rounds every so often, but they said they were shooting like 300, 400, 500 rounds a day on practice. What? Is there anything? All right. So Sparks has asked us: is there anything you guys would be interested in learning, if any?
Yes.
You first.
I would like to learn PowerPoint and to be able to do presentations.
That's what Kelly wants to do. So, and you are learning that at the moment.
Well, I'm not learning PowerPoint at the moment. At the moment, it's Excel. And it's all the sums and everything that you have to do within Excel spreadsheets and things like that. I'm like, oh my God, we're learning to do charts and things like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm better on Word than I am in Excel, to be fair. But that's only because I've had more experience with Word. So yeah, I want to be able to do presentations and slideshows and things like that by the end of it. But the course that I'm doing at the moment doesn't do PowerPoint. So I need to find a class that does do PowerPoint.
Rima said, hello, my son grabbed my iPad and chatting with you guys. Oh, yeah, we had a really good chat. We learned he wants to join a SWAT team. So that is, so we had a really good chat with him actually. And he told us he definitely does not want to do IT.
Yes.
So take that as you will. Yeah. That's not a critique.
He's not going to do IT job.
Absolutely nope. Absolutely not. So yeah, in terms of learning, do you know what, Sparks? It's one of those things. I'm trying to learn SQL and Python at the moment. But I think if I could learn anything as well, I'd probably go back to doing things like history and stuff like that. I love learning on things like that. Really do enjoy it. Totally unwork related, but it would just be a bit more fun than anything. Or I probably would join Mini actually in doing things like animation. I think I really enjoy that concept of being able to design something you can animate and then just see how that goes.
Yeah.
So I think that would be. How about yourself? Rima said, yeah, he doesn't want to be yes, I don't want to be a police officer. I've seen what life has been in stores. Oh, well, you never know. He's got a long way to go.
Long way to go. He may or may not change his mind. I don't know. But I like the fact that he observed that I'm attending your live and chatting, so he thought he'd say hi. Bless his heart.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, actually. That was so lovely. So we say hi to.
But it's not just police officers. SWAT.
Yeah, very SWAT. Specific. Exactly.
Python is a bit tough. Well, I think it depends. You know what? It's like learning a different language, and I think it's. I'm trying to just get my head around it. That and SQL, I'm really trying to get my head around it. I was like, oh God, right, okay. And it's one of those things like anything. As I'm trying to learn it, you've got to keep. Minnie said this as well. You've got to keep practicing that, otherwise you. Vima said he wants to be a police officer. It's one of those things you've got to keep using it. But how about yourself? Is there anything you want to study? Obviously, you know English very, very well. You're a teacher, but if you could, is there anything you'd restudy? Funny enough, we were having our bathroom redone last year, and it made me think that actually, if I ever could have my time all over again, would I change what I was doing? And I was chatting to a friend of mine who said that as well. If I could have my time over again, I'd be a plasterer. You know,
would you do a trade? You do a trade?
Well, I just think with the trade, you're never out of work. I'm not sure I'd like it, but he just said it's never out of work. You can't be placed by a machine because it's a real skill. And I can see what he's saying, just like with tradesmen as well. It is, like I said, it's a pretty stable job. Not sure I would do that. I think my dream always as a kid was to be a footballer. I always wanted to be a footballer. Never made it, but was always to be a footballer.
Yeah, but I think as well with those types of things, like footballer or actress or whatever,
2% make it, so it's not.
But not only that, I think a big thing of it, it's not enough information and not enough support with that sort of thing.
I'd love to learn a few more languages, said Sparks.
Really?
So how many languages can you speak? Minnie said, yeah, you have to practice anytime. Yeah, this is Minnie, you're absolutely right. This is I've taken your advice actually, Minnie, because I was thinking while I was studying what to do. Always review your work. Others get us to look over and suggest more things to add, fix, take the opportunity given, and keys to help you get to your goal. Do you know what? That's really good advice. I wish you'd give me that advice years ago, then I would have taken that. But unfortunately, I didn't know you years ago. But that's very, very good advice. But yes, so Sparks, how many languages can you speak?
Do you know, I was watching YouTube the other day and I saw there was this thing that popped up of how actors, like several actors, speak several different languages. And, you know, some speak French, some speak Spanish, but there were actors that were speaking 3 and 4 languages, and I was just like, whoa, do you know what I mean? And I mean, I can just about speak French, but if I'm there for long enough, the French builds quite quickly. So then all of a sudden, not fluently, but I'm quite good. But when I don't practice it for ages, like now, I'd be stumbling all over the place and all of that. So yeah.
Oh, Spark says, so my second language is Mandarin, but my family speaks Cantonese.
Oh, really?
I speak Korean as well. I've learned Japanese at school. It was so tough, but lots of fun.
Oh my God. So your family speak Cantonese and you speak Mandarin. That's crazy.
Oh, so Mark's Vima said, Mark, I just wanted to give you an update regarding a job. You can try at BJSS company. They are really good pay and call private and government clients. Oh, thank you, Vima. I shall have a look. Thank you very much. BJSS. Okay, thank you. I shall have a look.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I will. So Spark, wow, Sparks, that's really impressive, actually. All of those as well. There's one guy on YouTube, he's got millions of followers, and he's an American guy, and he speaks different forms of Chinese. I think he speaks Mandarin, he speaks many sort of different dialects, and he always does this thing where he goes into a
Chinese restaurant,
and he orders it in whichever language. So I think he starts off with Cantonese and then changes language, and they're always just gobsmacked because obviously he's a white American guy. They don't associate him doing it. I'll have to check out. I haven't got my tablet here, but I'll check out the thing. We'll have to link it as well. But I love watching his videos because they're just always shocked. They're really, really shocked.
He just walks in and then starts speaking Chinese, but whether that's I'm never quite sure if it's Cantonese or Mandarin. So but I have a friend who speaks I want to say she speaks Cantonese. Yes, she speaks Cantonese. And I said to her, when you walk into a restaurant and you speak in Cantonese, how do you know they don't? How do you know to speak Cantonese and not Mandarin? How do you know the difference if you walk into a restaurant? Who speaks Cantonese and who speaks Mandarin?
Mini said, "Oh, I've seen a few of his videos. I know who you were talking about. Yeah, he's got loads and loads of followers. But I don't know why I got really interested in watching his videos, especially when he goes into a restaurant and orders food." Vima said, "My husband's last work day at BJS is July the 15th. Now he's in a new contract role. New contract roles are increased with good pay. So my husband changed from permanent to contract role." Okay, that's interesting.
My only stipulation with contract roles, because I've got a friend who does a lot of contract work, is that during the pandemic, but it wouldn't be the same with IT because everybody needs IT. But during the pandemic, I know work went very quiet for her. But I did contract work for many, 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 many years. But then when I fell into a permanent role, I liked the fact of, that although in contract work you do get sick pay now, but you didn't back then. But you get your sick pay, you get your health care, you get your, all the other sort of like little benefits of pension and all of those types of things, really. There was a workplace that I used to work at many, many years ago, and they gave you free healthcare, for like free private healthcare. You didn't have to contribute to it or anything, and that was really good. But I've worked at quite a few good places actually, different places.
So Spark says, "Sorry, I should have been a bit clearer. We study our second language in school, so we study Chinese. But my parents and grandparents have spoken Cantonese at home since forever.
Yeah.
But my parents and grandma can't speak Chinese too." Ovima said her husband now working with a Brit Insurance as a contractor. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Spark said you'd speak Cantonese if it's a Hong Kong restaurant or a restaurant selling cuisine from Cantonese speaking areas of China. Oh, well, I didn't. Do you know, I probably butchered that when I was talking about his video, so apologies if I got that wrong. So typical in dim sum restaurants, the staff would speak Cantonese.
Right, because funnily enough, that's where we were. We went to a restaurant that sold dim sum.
Yeah.
And she spoke Cantonese, and I said to her, "How do you know when to speak Cantonese and when to speak Mandarin?" Because I think, are those the two main dialects, Cantonese and Mandarin? Are those? I worked with I worked in a hotel many, many years ago, and there were these two Canadian girls who worked at the hotel, and they went to a Chinese school, and they spoke Cantonese, and they were saying to me it's all based on sound. So when you say something in a certain way, it means something else. But if you give it a different sound, like a different lilt, it means something else. It was so interesting.
That's tough.
But also to know that they were Canadian girls that spoke Cantonese, I thought was amazing.
So Avima said, "I'm working with CITI." Oh, you work CITI. I've heard of CITI. Was it pronounced city? Yes, permanent roles are given good perks.
Yeah, nowadays.
No, thank you, Vima. That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Well, I'll have to look into that. So that's interesting as well, Spot. I had no idea. So typically in dim sum, staff will speak Cantonese.
Right.
Oh yeah, the sounds are devious. Chinese has 4 tones, and Cantonese has 9.
Wow.
So that's really difficult when learning that type of language as well.
Yeah, because when they were explaining it to me, I just thought, well, like, how would you know, and how would you? I mean, working in the hotel, we had a lot of people from China coming, because we had like tours and things like that, and you'd sort out their room key cards. You would mainly deal with the tour leader, but also you would deal with the groups of people that came in as well. It was crazy times because we had so many tours at once. Sometimes we've had like 2 or 3 tours, and it'd be like, oh my god.
Yes, Citibank. Your husband got. I won't say the amount because if you wanted to keep that secret. But wow, that's really impressive. Wow. You wouldn't mind that?
No, I would not mind that at all.
That's really impressive. Fantastic. Citibank. Yeah, I thought as well.
Are they American? Is Citibank American?
I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah, is that right? Citibank American? Sorry, the thing is, I keep banging the table.
Yeah, because you fiddle about too
much. Exactly.
I always think, American companies are yeah, really good to work for. They have really
Good perks.
they really do have good perks. Yeah.
Spark says, "Oh wow, that's an impressive amount." Exactly, that's a very impressive amount.
And yeah, I think that it's nice. Yeah, I like. Yeah. There's lots of things I want to say. It would be nice to work in a company, yeah, like an American company, I think, and to enjoy whatever it is that you do.
Perks are always good.
Perks always good.
Beamer said yes, it's an American company. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so you'll know the perks.
Yeah. I worked for an American company once, and they used to have Staff Appreciation Day, and it was a monthly thing. They had, so basically I worked on reception, and they had a catering department. They had all these meeting rooms, like loads, like they named them, I think it was.
But Vima said, I do support the Singapore region. There we are, Sparks.
So you had A through to K, I think. So you had meeting rooms A through to K, and they had a catering department. They didn't have a catering department per se. You'd have to call like this service, and this service would then bring all these like tureens of food, and that were kept heated. So they were in these big silver tureens. And you know, you would place the order of what they would want and things like that. And then the lawyers would come, and then they would have their meetings and everything else. And you'd call the catering department, and the catering department would do the teas and the coffees and everything else, and then clear down the room and all of that type of stuff. And they used to have staff appreciation days. And I always wondered, because they had to set up and clear the room, did they ever get a chance to partake in the staff appreciation days? Because I remember sort of in other companies where I had to set things up, but I didn't get the chance to partake in those things because I was the one that was setting it up, and then I'd have to go back to my post. So I often wonder now, when I look back on it, I thought, did those catering staff actually get a chance? You know, there'd be ice cream and cookies and cakes on Staff Appreciation Day and all of this stuff, and you think,
I want Staff Appreciation Day like that.
Yeah,
that
it was
lovely.
all done during the day, during the working day. So it's not even like, oh yeah, it's after work or before work, you know. It was all done during the working day.
You see how no matter what subject we go to, we always go back to food. Spark said, thank you. Have you ever been here, Vina? So Vina, have you ever been to Singapore? Has anybody else been to Singapore? Like I said, I really regret that I had the opportunity to go and I didn't go, and I do regret not going to Singapore. I would have liked to have gone to Singapore. Getting to celebrate on the clock, that's amazing. Yeah, there's very few places that do that.
Very few places that do.
Very few places.
But yeah, it used to be once a month, and it was called Staff Appreciation Day, and that's what they did. It was, do you know what? It really boosted morale, and it really made you feel like, you know, they had such good perks. Like if you worked past a certain time, you were able to get a cab home, and if you worked past a certain time, because the canteen was closed, they would give you there was a food service that you could call, and you had a certain amount, and you could put that on your food service, and you know, order an evening meal or something like that on the company. And it was just really, it was just, if you can get in good companies like that, you know, it is very, very nice, and you feel appreciated. There's so many companies that you work for now, and you know, you're not appreciated, but those companies are, they were lovely.
Spark said, to be honest, the food could be a boost morale by a lot. Tell me about it. Anything with free food is so rare sometimes with places where you get free food or buffets or what have you, that, you know, you just want to take full advantage of that as well. I'll just take this, and I'll just have some of this, and I'll have some more of this.
Well, it was good in the evening because I would just bring it home. So I would order the food and then just bring it home and then have it while I was at home for whatever reason. So yeah.
Oh, so Vima said Vima's not been to Singapore, but her lead and project manager went there on a on-site opportunity. I wouldn't mind going on an on-site opportunity.
Wow.
Spark said, talking about American companies, my older sister has just been offered opportunity to work on a project for Disney Plus.
Wow.
Oh wow, what doing? I'm jealous. We're jealous.
Do you know what, Matt? I get jealous of Minnie when she's like getting all her haul or she's doing her lovely sort of animation stuff. And then you're working with the Disney, and I'm thinking, oh my God. Then you've got Vima's husband who's getting a lovely job in an American company. I'm thinking, oh.
No, Vima works for the American company, Citibank.
Oh, was it you, Vima, that works for Citibank?
I got that right.
I thought it was your husband that was doing a contract.
No, I'm sure that's right.
No, I'm sure the husband is just taking a job at Citibank, right? Vima, is it you or your husband that's working at Citibank?
And Sparks, what is your sister doing at Disney Plus? That's interesting as well.
That's interesting as well. And if it's anything to do with animation, let Mini know.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that is so cool. That
is so cool.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Actually, working for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely jealous. Spark said, my fourth sister has just
left the Locarno
film festival. Her film has been chosen to be screened there.
Oh wow!
Wow. So is she a film director or producer?
She was saying that her sister was involved in film.
Yeah, Vima said no. It says, see,
oh, it is you.
You see, Vima, I listen.
I thought it was your husband.
No, I listened to Vima. Vima definitely said it was her. I knew it was.
Do you know what? I thought it was your husband that worked at Citibank. Well, if you hear of any positions that are going in the London branch, Vima, let me know.
We're terrible. We're just touting.
Let me know.
My husband is Brit Insurance Company. That's right.
Right.
Vima's
Oh yes. Now I right. Okay. Yeah. I've got it.
And Vima's son works for SWAT.
Yeah. Or he's gonna work for SWAT.
So he's going to be a SWAT police officer. There we are. We've got it all covered as well.
Your family's got it covered, Vima.
So Spark said, my oldest sister is a writer. So she's been offered to write for Disney Plus project. And I don't think it's animation.
Oh.
But no, writing's fantastic.
Yeah. No, because I was saying if it's to do with animation, let Mini know.
Mini know. Well, you know what? If your sister writes it, Mini can animate it. Yes, my fourth sister wrote and directed the film. That is so good.
Such good accolades, though, isn't it?
I know, exactly.
Really, I know, and exciting accolades at that.
Spark said, I didn't even know where Locarno was before, so it's so far away.
Never even heard of it. I'm like, where?
Beams laughing.
I'm like, where's Locarno?
Yeah, guys, see, there you are. You're talking about your four sisters being a writer, and then you've got you, and then there's us two talking about food.
Yeah.
But there we are. That's right in our Starbucks.
There you go. And me customary Starbucks.
Which I've been drinking. It's Switzerland. It's in Switzerland. I thought so. I was guessing it was near. I was guessing it was near Zurich, which I know is in Switzerland. So I always think of film festivals, Cannes as well being the big one, but.
Yeah, film festival. I always think of Canada. I always think of Toronto Film Festival because I was there when they were having the film festival, and I always think of Cannes. Yeah.
So, Spark, is she going to get located in Singapore, or does she get to go to the States, or is she going to go elsewhere? Or can she just be located anywhere if you're a writer? I suppose you could, in theory.
Yeah,
right from anywhere. You don't actually need to be in an office per se.
And Mini, do you ever go to the film festival when it is in Toronto? Do you ever go?
Spark said, I mentioned it to my students, one of them, and said, oh wow, your sister is a filmmaker and you are a teacher.
Hey, somebody has to teach them to be whatever it is that they want to be, right? You're the maker of dreams, Sparks.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the maker of dreams. The next time you go, I'm the maker of dreams.
Yeah.
Remember, there you go.
You're the one that teaches the filmmaker.
Yeah.
Remember that, the future team maker. Oh, yes, they all work remotely now. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Although I demand to work on location in Florida. That's what I would do. I want to go to Florida and demand to work on location.
Work on location. I always wanted to know, like I said to Mark, if I worked at Disney, would it diminish the
dream?
The dream, I suppose. Would it diminish what you experience as a patron? Do you call them patrons?
It depends what you mean by work at Disney. So do you mean work at the parks? Do you mean work for Disney Channel? Do you work for Disney?
No, I mean actually working in the park.
So Disney,
as a cast member.
Oh, I see. So Disney parks. I think. Oh, Minnie said, if I want. Tiff, I want to go so bad. I haven't gone yet, but my parents want to take me once it comes back. Oh, for the film festival.
Oh, yeah.
When you said Tiff, I thought you were going Tiff. But no, I see what you mean. Yeah, the film festival.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be really cool for you to go.
Actually. Yeah. I went when I was there, and I didn't know that. Like I've never experienced anything like that before because we don't have that sort of thing here, or if they do, I don't know of it here. But when I went there, you get so you can pick up a program anywhere, and it gives you a list of films that you can go and watch. And in those films, sometimes the actors who acted in those films are in the audience with you watching the films. And I never knew that you could do that.
So Tiff is the name of the film festival. I know, I was only joking. It's one of my bad jokes. Even says working at Disney would pop your bubble. You would.
Do you know
the
what?
dream would go because you would see all the stuff behind the thing.
No, because in certain things you wouldn't. If you're like if I was working in the shop in the UK part of Disney, right? So if I was working at Epcot Centre and you just did that, and you then I think now maybe is not too late, but you wouldn't get the same experience as I would have got had I been in my 20s. And so had I been in my 20s and gone to the UK part and just worked in one of the shops, and then you go back to your apartment that you share with your other cast members and stuff like that, who also work in different areas, I think it would have been an amazing time. I think I would have loved every.
I don't know. I agree with you.
I don't know if I would have enjoyed working in the park, but I think outside of the park, I think I would have had an amazing time.
I think it would pop your bubble. You enjoy it for a few months and then you would just get sick of it because it would be work.
No, I don't think so.
Sparks, I always wanted to go to the Busan Film Festival. Where's that, Sparks?
Is that in Singapore? Is Busan the main
I
part?
thought it was in Saudi Arabia, but I might be wrong. Oh, Dubai, sorry, Dubai. But I might be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not good at geography, so.
I thought Sparks will let us know where about the Busan Film Festival is. Evelyn, yeah, I think Evelyn's right. I think you'd enjoy it for a bit, but then you get to see all the but then it becomes work.
No, but I think if you work for 6 months, which is 6 months to a year.
Sparks said no, it's in Korea. Sorry, I thought for some reason I thought it was in Dubai. Okay. So it's in Korea.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what? There's some fantastic Korean films. Some really, really good Korean films. Parasite won, didn't it? The Oscar.
I'm not really into the Korean, I've got to say.
Oh, no, there's some really, really good Korean films. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I like going to the film festivals. I just think I've never done that in London. My first experience of it was in Toronto. So to be able to go and sit in the cinema and watch films that hadn't come out yet but were due to come out if they did well was amazing to me. It was amazing. And Beyonce was doing free concerts in Young and Dundas, which is a square that they have there. I don't know if it's still there because it would have changed in the many, 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 many years that I was there. But yeah, definitely a place that I want to go back to. And we will at some point, because I was looking at actually not too long, probably about 2-3 years ago, I was thinking about coming to Toronto, or we were thinking about going. And for some reason, I think we then decided on, I don't know if we decided on Vegas or Florida.
Minnie said Dundas Square.
Yeah.
She remembers that.
Yeah.
Sienna, hello.
Sienna, don't worry, it's okay, but we are going soon.
Yeah. You are late, lady, but how are you? You okay? Somebody owes you ice cream, apparently. I couldn't think who it was.
Because we've been talking for 2 hours and 22 minutes.
We have. Oh gosh, is that the thing?
2 hours and 20. That's what we fitted in. Food. We fitted in Harry Potter. We fitted in these books, which Minnie, I'm going to send you a picture of. And we spoke about film festivals. We've spoken about education. We've spoken about jobs, work. Wow,
it's been a really good convo.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed it.
We've really covered a lot of subjects.
So we will leave it there. I think we will, Sparks, I'm conscious it's probably about 3 a.m. where you are.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We always love talking to you as well.
Yeah, we really, really do.
Really good. And we've had quite a few people delve in and out. Your chats are always the best. Well,
our
chats wouldn't be anything without you guys.
Exactly. This is it. You know, like we have the regulars now. Like we have you, we have Mini, we have Beamer, Mark. Sometimes I know he wouldn't have been able to make it because he probably would have been doing something. But you know, like we have Mark and God, I can't even remember.
Evelyn.
Sometimes Beth, Evelyn, Alicia. Is it Emma?
Vina.
Emma, Shahinas.
Yeah.
Whenever anybody pops in, it's just really nice.
So Sienna is going to go to Kickspace on Thursday, and I don't get to go.
Oh, but I hope you enjoy it. And so we're going to go now. But we will see you on Friday. Should you wish to join us,
please join us as our usual.
Join us.
God, it's even getting dark now.
I know. We're getting darker and darker and darker.
So it's 6 o'clock on Friday. We hope you can join us. We really look forward to joining us. We can go as late as you want. We can see this. I can go. Oh, thank you. By the way, it's weird to call me Sparks. My name is Gloria.
Gloria.
So,
oh my goodness. So now, Sparks, we're going to have to remember to call you Gloria.
That's a very pretty name.
It is a lovely name.
Very nice.
Do you know what though? It's unusual because I don't know any Glorias.
I know a Gloria.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know any.
Thank you for today, Jake. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait for Friday's live. Oh, thank you, Minnie. An amazing rest of the week, and can't wait for Friday's live. Thank you so much for today's chat. Well, we love it. We really appreciate your chat. Like I said, our chats will be nothing without you guys. Yeah. It'd be us two just talking.
I mean, we talk a lot anyway, but still.
Yeah, but like I said, or whichever is fine from you to call. Well, Gloria, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gloria.
Ladies, gentlemen, really glad that we could speak to you today, and we will speak to you on Friday. Please look after yourself, take care, and remember, you're never too old to have fun. So we will see you Friday, 6 o'clock.
Friday, 6 o'clock. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
No.
Oh.